You don't want it?
No.
Why?
Because it's just like 4 sugars and 3 creams.
What's wrong with that?
That's how you take your coffee?
Yeah, usually 5.
You're nuts.
What's wrong with coffee?
You like Dunkin', huh?
It makes me feel good.
Where do you get a Dunkin' around here?
Hollywood. Why don't you ask dumber questions? Hey, where do you get a Dunkin' at?
I just don't understand who offers someone like a previously... you don't offer someone a coffee like that. Sorry. You offered me a coffee and you said, I'm going to make you a coffee. You assume it's going to be like a hot coffee that you're like, oh, I'm going to make you an espresso or I'm going to make you a Keurig. But you bring like Uber Eats accidentally brought an extra coffee 3 days ago and you found it and you're like, it's still got the sticker on it. I'll try to give it to Stu. I wouldn't want to waste it.
Bro, it's coffee. It's not hot cocoa, okay? And I had 2 coffees today. I'm a little crazy. I told you I had problems.
Do you pre-order your coffees?
Well, I knew you were coming, and so I ordered.
Like,
I thought you were going to come earlier today. So, do you want the truth?
Yes.
See, this is why I love you, dude. Nothing gets by you. Okay, I ordered my 2 coffees.
Yes.
Then I ordered a coffee for Leatherface.
You're trying to give me Leatherface's coffee?
Yeah, but Leatherface can't drink it because he's got diabetes. So I didn't give it any. So he drank water, and this is Leatherface's coffee. But why not drink it?
You're repurposing.
Yeah,
Leatherface's coffee.
It's a good lineage coffee.
You're stretching the budget here, the catering budget.
Dude, he didn't even fucking sip it.
Write it off. That's a write-off. Leatherface's coffee, write-off.
You love this?
I do. This is my dream. You're living my dream.
Clear your throat. So, why?
I mean, this is.
It's not even that crazy expensive. I have one guy built all this. He's incredible.
It's honestly so impressive what you have here.
He did it.
It's literally the dream.
Maybe 7,000.
If you were to dream of doing something, this is what it would be like.
Bro.
You're living the dream. And then you have your other thing. Like, this is...
Yeah,
and then your other thing. You've got the whole thing going.
I have 3 things.
It's pretty impressive.
And people think I'm like a crackhead.
Maybe, but you're a lot more together than most crackheads.
But you thought upstairs I was Rain Man.
A little bit.
Because I had what?
It's all out there, man.
Lists?
You got lists on the wall. It's like you've got like a beautiful mind. You know, it's like...
But is it productive?
It looks like it is, actually.
They say a crazy man's desk is very littered. But
yeah.
But they say he's also a brilliant mind desk is also littered.
They say that about both people?
A desk that looks crazy with litter could potentially be genius. Potentially. I'm not calling myself a genius. But I have verticals. I have my crypto over here. You saw that note.
I didn't see the crypto note.
Okay.
I wish I did.
I saw my crypto note.
How's that note doing?
I mean, I'm up a little.
That's
I took some hits
note.
on something. I've got my guest over here. You saw the guest.
Sure.
You saw
Good list of guests, by the way. For
trying
people
to get,
who are watching or listening, you
they
got
don't
some
know.
Nice...
I did my what is it? I had my fucking my plugs for the other show.
Sure.
A
lot of plugs on that list.
I had my to-do list of fucking the kitchen chores and.
Now, do you need to put? Because I did see for somebody like yourself, you have a chores list for yourself. Are you someone that was raised on a chore list, or is this something new that you're like trying to instill, like trying to teach an old dog new tricks kind of thing?
This is not your podcast; it's mine.
Oh, but I'm curious.
Okay, but here's what happens: is you know my life.
Yes.
It's very hectic.
It can be.
Yeah, you hear this? It can be.
Yes.
But I don't have good baseline lists. So, like, I want my list to be baseline so then I can just give them to people. Because, you know, I've had people in and out of my life a lot. Mm-hmm. Some assistants.
But what's the list going to do?
Because
and I'm not trying to, I'm honest to God.
You're not list shaming me.
I'm not list shaming you at all.
Okay.
I'm telling you that I'm somebody that has been who you know, Rodness.
Yeah, Rodness.
He always is yelling at me that I need to be more organized and I need...
Rodness does what?
He makes lists and he puts things up and he's very visual.
Explain what Rodness does. What's it?
He's a movie producer.
But he's the biggest what in Canada?
What?
Of what videos?
Oh, he's a producer. He's my business partner in 5-7 Films.
And he's the biggest what?
And he's a big music video and film and television producer. He is. Yeah.
And he's got who on speed dial?
I mean, he's got them all on speed dial. But the point is,
drop a name.
He's produced videos for Drake, for Usher, which you were in the video as well.
And he also used to be my coffee boy.
Yeah. Well, people come a long way from you. But either way, He's got the vision board. Maybe he picked that up from his days working with you.
Probably.
But he's always telling me, oh, you need to make lists and you need to, maybe there's something to that.
Let me just finish. You know, I've had a lot of assistants in my life.
Yes.
Adam was like my old assistant's assistant. He was like an intern.
Yeah.
And I have people come and go. So now I have a company computer. I'm loading it up with the list of everything I need. Then that computer, whether people stay or go, they just get the computer.
The company computer.
100%. So I should have did this years ago.
Now, what type of computer is this? This is
it's
Mac?
like a high-end Mac, and it's going to be the company computer. And then you get a company email. And so it hands it to you. So grocery list, boom, boom, order. Amazon refill, boom. Vitamins, boom. Doctor's appointments, boom. Flight information, boom. All of it.
Everything's organized. Is there an AI?
Oh, here's 3 clips for tomorrow. Boom. All of it. It's all, and it's also being done with the brain, which my man right here is doing, ChatGTP, which we pay $20 a month, but I'm going to pay $200.
Wait, to what? Slow down. What happens if you pay $200? What?
20 gets you a lot.
What does 20 get you?
A lot.
Like, what's a lot? Give me an example.
You and I can come up with an app and probably build it right now if we know how to prompt it. The biggest thing is how do you prompt? How do you talk to it? So he's learning how to talk to it, but for $200, you'll get pretty much not Silicon Valley access, but pretty close.
For $200? That seems like a cheap entry barrier of entry.
For $2,500 a year.
It's not much of a paywall there, is it?
I agree, and I think if you have the right coder
or just the right amount of money, $200.
No, but it doesn't matter. You have to know how to talk to it.
You have to know how to talk to it.
So right now, you can get it to do anything. You can give it you can get an app that you can tell it it will tell you what stocks it thinks you should, with a budget of $5,000, what stocks to buy.
Doesn't that scare you? Not the stocks part, but just in general, the amount of it's like crazy. It's now.
It doesn't scare me because I've been aware of it for a long time. I'm not having had my head in the sand like a stork.
You had a Super Famicom before everybody had Super Nintendo kind of thing.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. The problem is people. Are you surprised by all this shit?
I mean, I'm not surprised, but at the same time, it's been probably slow rolled out to us. It's probably way more advanced than we even know.
Not to me and you.
Yeah.
We've been, in fact, if anyone knows tech besides me, it's you. It might be you're actually ahead of the curve more than anyone. How are you surprised? You're the first guy that I ever heard MySpace from was you. And guess who was on? You go like this. I'll never forget it. And this is going to be a shout out. You said, oh, this is Tom. And I go, who the fuck is Tom? And you go, Tom's my friend. And I go, he's not your friend. He goes, he's my friend on MySpace, my friend. It was 2004. I just come back from fucking Tasmania. I took a trip after Son of the Mask. And I was there. And we're in Holger's studio. And you said, this is my friend Tom. And then you said, well, he started this thing. And I go, it's a website. And you go, no, but it's a way to connect. And I go, it's a website. And I go, that's not your friend. He goes, he's my friend. And then you go, here's my other friend, Tom. And I look and I go, who? And it's Tom Green.
Yeah.
And Tom Green, shout out Tom.
Yep.
Always early.
He had something like this.
Always pioneer.
Yeah.
But you and I did it. We did his show in like 2007.
No, Tom Green, to his credit.
He's the pioneer of all of this. But
it probably cost him like 20 times what it costs now.
Oh, for sure. And he was doing a live feed. But he was on MySpace first. He was like so early. And so you were too. So
yeah.
But do you remember what else we were on early? Hip Herds. Facebook.
Oh, of course.
Do you remember who we partied with in Dallas?
Yeah.
Who?
Sean Parker.
Can't say anything else other than that.
No, Sean was great.
He was a great guy.
We had a great time with him.
You're not going to be a bitch this pod, are you? And be scared to talk?
No,
fucking talk.
I'm talking. I'm listening to you. Like when I talk, then you accuse me of trying to make it my podcast. So I'm sort of.
No, you ask me questions like.
Well, because
how many plates you stick in your cabinet?
Because I think that people who watch you do your videos would probably want to know those type of things.
I'm not Gary V. This is not a how-to. Just watch me.
I hear you, but like sometimes people want the ability to peel the onion back of the onion that they watch.
Is this a fucking? Is this a fucking night? Is this a course? It's not a nighttime course. Ventura County Community College.
Join our Patreon.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can get the course.
Bro, here's what's crazy. Down the hall.
Yeah.
There's a lot of action. You saw what was coming. And you like the place.
It's very nice.
And it's a studio. So this whole
What
building.
do you mean?
Basically, dude, everybody in here.
Oh.
No one has a job anymore.
No.
No one will work anymore.
So is there a lot of people doing this type of thing, but
Well,
like with
these
instead of
are
two
all
chairs in
these are all apartments.
right?
That's a huge music studio because
music studio.
dude, I never hear shit. And we open the door, massive beats, huge puff of smoke, and a lot of friends walking in later.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
late night friends.
Yeah,
Got it.
and so I'm like, that's a studio. Over there, I see a ring light in the corner and a girl doing her makeup.
Dead giveaway. The old ring light in the corner.
Yeah, get ready with me's. All of that stuff. So
Do you get ready with me's? You should.
I don't. Alyssa does.
That'd be a pretty short video.
Yeah, it would be
You
done.
throw on a hat.
Yeah.
Put on the jacket.
I'll do the jokes. So listen, why you just be yourself?
I am.
He's like trying to do a bit.
There's no bit. That
Yeah,
is
there is.
funny.
So listen, Alyssa does those, and when
She
I'm
does get ready with me's?
yeah, dude, no one wants to work
Do you get paid to do that?
if you get views.
Does she get views?
She had a charcuterie board.
A what now?
She had 20 million views on it.
On a what?
A charcuterie board.
A what?
Charcuterie board.
What? How are you saying that?
How do you say it? Charcuterie.
Charcuterie?
Charcuterie. How do you say it?
Charcuterie?
Oh, charcuterie. Yeah, I said charcuterie.
I could be
Dude,
wrong.
my fucking
I
brain.
could be wrong. No, I could be wrong.
Biden.
I could be wrong.
It's charcuterie.
It could be charcuterie. It could be. How did you say it?
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie?
Yeah, dude, that's a long day. I told you I had to take a shit.
Should I find out?
It's
Because I don't think we should continue without knowing this.
It's charcuterie. It's charcuterie. Why did I say chuterie? Is it chuterie?
I'm looking it up.
You want
Can
that?
you just ask AI?
Do you want coffee?
Hey, not that coffee. Hey Siri, do you want to order some? And by the time we get it, hey Siri, how do you say charcuterie? Hey Siri, what is a charcuterie?
Yeah, you pay your bill.
Here it is. Charcuterie, yeah.
How do you
It's
say it?
charcuterie. Charcuterie.
Charcuterie?
Charcuterie is a brand of French cuisine devoted to prepared meat products such as bacon, ham, sausage, etc. It's like the board and it's got cheese and it's
Yeah,
got some
she's
meats.
amazing at it.
That's a charcuterie.
Is it? No, it's charcuterie.
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 Should I ask how to pronounce it?
Yeah, how do you pronounce it?
This is not a bit.
Charcuterie. Charcuterie. It is. It's charcuterie.
Hold on.
Oh,
Hey Siri, how do you pronounce charcuterie?
say something.
Why won't it talk?
Talk.
It won't.
Charcuterie.
Can you do it on your phone?
What do I say?
Hey Siri, how do you pronounce charcuterie?
How do I do that?
Just say, hey Siri.
Hey, Siri.
Oh, mine started talking.
Siri. How do you say charcuterie? Make it talk.
Hey, it just talked. Hey Siri. How do you say charcuterie?
Sure. Translate into which language?
English.
You can translate into English and many other languages in Translate.
She's not there yet, but don't
Hey,
be
well,
mean
last
to her.
one.
Don't
Sorry.
be mean to her.
Hey Siri. How do you pronounce the word charcuterie?
The word charcuterie is pronounced as charcuterie. This is from skinataste.com.
I don't agree with her. She said charcuterie.
Yeah,
I've never heard anybody
she-
say. That's
she-
a third entrant now.
It's French.
Yeah.
That's French. She said charcuterie.
She said charcuterie.
You say charcuterie.
which is like probably
and
not
I
right.
say charcuterie.
Okay, I
Did
don't
I say
think any
char-
of us are saying it right. Charcuterie. Charcuterie.
She says, and I said charcuterie. What do I say?
You said charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Yeah.
Okay, is
Well,
it?
you're definitely wrong.
Is
it's
it-
either me or Siri.
No. Is it avocado or advocado?
Avocado.
It's
I
avocado.
would say so.
How do you spell it?
Avocado. You don't know how to spell that?
Up until the second year of the pandemic, I spelled it advocado.
Advocado?
A-D. Yeah, I'm a fucking
It's okay.
tard.
It took a whole pandemic for you to figure out that
more than half of a pandemic.
You know, it's like of all the things that you could be like today years old. You know, people are like, oh, I was today years old when I found that out. Your today years old is like avocado was not advocado.
Yes. Now listen, we can have fun and joke around, but we're gonna talk about some stuff.
Okay. Oh, this was just you're just.
I appreciate you coming. I was a little tired, but you came. It was weird. You were like, I got to do shit, and then you went to IHOP.
Well, I had to eat
like a weirdo who eats fucking pancakes at 9:30 at night.
I actually invented a new kind of pancake there.
What is it?
I don't. I mean, I may have not invented it, but it's very forward thinking.
Which IHOP?
Okay, the one in the valley.
Which one? What street?
On Ventura.
And
up
there.
Yeah,
it's nice. That's a good one.
It's been there. It's
institution.
Yes.
24 hours.
24 hours.
Okay, go ahead.
You can get a short stack any hour of the day.
Past Mel's or before
Past
Mel's?
Mel's.
Okay, it's out. That's out by Tarzana. That's a Tarzana.
It's on
hop.
the way to Tarzana.
I don't hate Tarzana.
No,
I don't hate it.
A lot of Adam billboards on that street.
Yeah, there is.
So anyway,
is there a lot of Is there still films being made up there?
Oh,
or no? Do they all go to Miami?
Oh, you're talking about
films,
family films.
No, the opposite of that.
Got it.
Films.
I would say that they
highly exercisable.
You know
films.
what? I don't know.
I don't think it is.
No, it definitely is.
No, because I was just out there.
I think that whole industry has changed, though.
Yeah, and a lot
most of it's probably being filmed in this building.
Exactly, but because before, if you would go to an IHOP, you would see a couple of contract players.
You may have,
but it's dead out there now.
No, it's nothing like that.
It's dead out there now.
No, also, the economy has changed in a way that people aren't really at the IHOP anymore like they used to be.
I know that IHOP, and it's a great IHOP. Go ahead. It's on the left side of the street. Go ahead. I saw Ice Cube at that IHOP.
You did?
Yeah, like 30 years ago. Go ahead.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that exciting?
It was crazy exciting.
But wait, didn't you work with him?
Yeah, but it was way before. It was when I was broke, and I saw him. So go ahead.
That story real quick.
It's nothing. It's not.
That's a good clip, no?
No, dude. Stop trying to control everything. Just fucking go with it, dude. Listen, why do you eat pancakes at night?
Okay, well, they have this special going on, first of all. It's a $7 special.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm serious.
What's your nationality? What is your nationality?
It's a Canadian.
Say what else are you?
A Canadian who likes to save money. So here we go.
Are you? What is your religion?
What does that have to do with anything? So you go to the International House of Pancakes, and they have a special.
Can you do like this?
You have a special, and it runs Monday to Friday.
Okay.
$7. Pick whatever items you want. You know, they have a little scramble. You
Stop it.
I swear.
Stop.
It's a great combo. And so you get the pancakes, and I upgrade the pancakes because I figured out a hack. So I got them to put bananas and chocolate chips into the pancakes, not on top of the pancakes, into the pancakes. And so now I've got this like very unique, delicious pancake, and there's a short stack with bananas and chocolate. They offered to put chocolate syrup on that, but I didn't do that out of respect to Leatherface. So instead, I got just regular syrup.
Hold on. So I
had a stack of banana.
How many pancakes come with it?
I believe a short stack is 2 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it comes with eggs and
bacon.
All the trimmings
for $7.
$7.
What hours?
From 7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Is that true?
Yes. Hours may vary.
What happens to 10 and 7?
No, that's when the special is. Oh, between 10 and 7 the next day, the special's over. Then it becomes like 12 or 15 or $16.
Why would it be more after 10?
Probably because they have to like pay the people to be there for longer or something. I don't know.
No, you went. Adam went.
Yeah.
Also a similar type of person.
Sure.
I thought who was the third person that went with you?
My friend, not a member.
Not a member.
Non-member.
So how many people went to this dinner?
3.
2 tribesmen and one goyim. What did the goy order?
I wouldn't describe him as such, but he ordered.
Does he wear a yarmulke?
No.
Okay, he's a goy.
Well, that's your words, not mine.
Well, goy is somebody that's not Jewish.
Okay, but
all right, go ahead.
This is your conversation, not mine.
It is yours. You said it.
He ordered a Denver scramble.
How much?
Denver omelet. Denver
Dude, this
omelet.
is a white person. This is your white friend.
Denver omelet. I have a couple of friends that, you know, like...
And when I say that, you're not white, right? In fact, for a long time, people thought you were black.
They did?
Well, you sound black, but also when your hair's curly, you look black, even though you're light. Because you're Jewish, Jews don't consider themselves black. Do you agree with that?
I don't think so.
Jews don't consider themselves white. Do you agree with that? Jews are their own thing. You agree with that?
I guess so, yeah.
Come on, dude, be fucking honest.
I think so.
You always say you're not white.
Okay, if you were to ask a white supremacist, they would say no, that they're not white. So there you go. If you were asking like someone who's like a Nazi or a KKK person, they would say no. Okay, so by their definition, they would say no.
All right. Well, you always said you're not white. You said you're Jewish.
Okay.
Who the fuck orders a Denver omelet?
Okay, that's what I was trying to say. There's people in my life that I can name on one hand that I know their order. Like, you know who, you kind of remember.
Who is the third person? Give me the name.
No, well, Wes is a Denver omelet type of guy. He wasn't at this dinner, but he's a
Hebrew.
Denver omelet. He's a guy that orders that Denver scramble or the Denver omelet. Do you know what comes in a Denver omelet? I think it's like mushrooms and onions and green pepper, something like that. But what does that got to do with Denver? Why is that a Denver thing?
He's doing a bit, folks.
No, that's not
Stop. A bit. Every time you do a bit, I'm going to bust you.
You're so...
No, it's just I want to have a real conversation with you.
Okay.
And I just want you to be naturally funny.
And that's not naturally funny.
No, because you're trying to work a bit in.
But you're asking me about my IHOP order as if you're not trying to like tee me up to like discuss the Denver omelet.
I was really fascinated.
No, you're not. You're like trying to tee me
Denver?
up. You're like, oh, I know Stu's got a really good IHOP bit.
I'm not
gonna tee
Kimmel.
him up.
So,
yeah.
You used to sell shoes?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not that. So wait a minute. So you're now taking a pickleball?
Yeah.
How'd that go? Hold on. Denver omelet
stupid.
is. You want to tell that story?
Sure.
Tell this. This is a true story.
Jamie.
Take your time.
I will take my time. Jamie did a movie. Where am I looking, by the way?
You don't have to look anywhere. There's nothing here. It's just you and me, homie.
Oh, okay.
Dude, it was Malibu's Most Wanted.
Are you telling the story?
No, but you said a movie.
Okay, it's not just a movie.
Put respect on his name.
Malibu's Most Wanted. Jamie's doing the press tour for Malibu's Most Wanted. The movie's coming out that week. It's a big release week. The trailer's everywhere.
My first starring role.
Yeah, Jamie's on the side of buses. The billboard is up at the Beverly Center.
Yeah.
He's everywhere. B-Rad G, the movie, it's coming.
Coors Light commercial.
But yeah, like you could not go anywhere in LA without seeing Jamie's face.
Thank you.
Whether it be from the Jamie Kennedy Experiment at that time, and of course Malibu's Most Wanted, which was coming to the theaters that week. So Jamie, I would have to say is probably one of the biggest opportunities or the biggest platforms of his life.
Yep.
He's done a lot of good movies at this point. We're doing Scream by this point, Three Kings, all these movies that you probably did press for.
I like when you take over this part.
But Malibu's Most Wanted, of course, is your coup de grace.
Coming out party.
Your opus.
Yep.
This is like an original concept that you and some of your buddies jammed on, and now it's a real thing. It's happening.
Mm-hmm. Tried to get you in it.
It's true.
You auditioned.
I did. Here's the thing. You get booked on The Tonight Show.
Which is the creme de la creme.
The Tonight Show is something that you would have grown up watching.
Yep.
That you would have dreamed about being on.
Mm-hmm.
That you would have dreamed for your mother and your father, God rest their soul, to see you on The Tonight Show.
Facts.
Jay Leno, the host of The Tonight Show.
Legend.
Has you on the couch.
Lead guest.
Like, today on the show, Jamie Kennedy.
Lead guest, which is a big deal.
Yes. This is huge. Jamie goes on the show, and we're all watching.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie's on the show, and he's and as Jay Leno is reading like the log line of Malibu's Most Wanted, it's as if he did not read that log line before that moment in time. So as Jamie's sitting down, he's like, "Oh, it's good to see you, Jamie. Nice to see you. So you got this new movie, Malibu's Most Wanted, and
he doesn't have a lisp.
It's about that. This is just me doing an impression.
Yes. Okay.
I'm not the impression guy.
You're good at them, though.
And he's like, no, it's about a rap. It sounds so stupid. What is it? So stupid. stupid.
No, let me tell you. No, he did this. No,
He
you're
basically
off.
was like, read the thing, and he's like, or he asked Jamie to describe it. Whatever it was, his reaction was, that sounds so stupid.
No, he goes like this. That was close. But did you watch it live?
Yes.
Oh, fuck, you watched it with Wes. I think you guys all watched it. I'm on the Tonight Show, and I'm really excited. No, and he goes, and so they introduced me, and the crowd likes me because they know me now. I have a season under my belt. It screams. And Jay goes, oh, fuck. And Jay goes, introduces me, whatever.
So stupid.
And he goes, so I saw your movie. It's so stupid. It was stupid. It was so stupid. I really liked it. It was so stupid. It was so dumb. And he just kept, I have to do the impression. It was really stupid. I saw your movie. It was so stupid. He kept he must have said stupid 6 fucking times.
He probably said it once, but like
no,
in my version of it, it was
no,
so
he
stupid.
did. He said it like 5 times.
So
He's like, no, it was stupid. You played a stupid like rapper in Malibu. I don't know. It was stupid. But that was great. You had fun doing it? You had fun doing it? And you find Ryan O'Neal did it.
Oh my god,
dude! And I'm like, I mean, I was by the time we went to fucking commercial, I got my laughs. I did my setup, tell a story about Brett or whatever, and I was like kind of bummed out, but like,
it's so stupid.
It was so stupid, and it was a compliment.
Was it?
I want to say yes. It's like a black guy when they compliment you, like, yo, shit, Jamie Kennedy, man, you stupid. It's like, that's a compliment. You don't like that I just did that, but I'm just giving him for reference.
That's a terrible reference.
So you an asshole. So he said it was stupid, and then
Jamie, or if someone would be like, you're a fool, but they're giving you a compliment. Is that what you mean?
So he goes, he said it's stupid. In a loving way. That's so stupid. I saw your movie. It was so stupid. And then in between, we were at the commercial, and I'm all like mixed emotions. I'm all hyped because this is when people watch TV. And I'm there, and then he pulled me aside. I'll never forget this. And he goes, so what are you doing your day off? What are you doing over the break or something? He said, I know I had a Christmas break or something. What are you doing for the break?
Now he's like Marlon
He's
Brando.
Brando, I know. And I go, I'm on tour. And I go, what do you do for Christmas or something? And he goes, oh, yeah. He goes, didn't you play Penguins? Penguins in Cedar Rapids? He asked me if I played Penguins. And I said, yeah. He goes, yeah, I never did that. He goes, I did that club. He knew my schedule. Like, he knew a couple gigs. And he's like, yeah, I heard you going there. And he goes, that's great. He's like, you're a real comic.
Say hello. Make sure you say hello to like Steve over there.
No, but he goes, you played Penguins? I said, yeah. He goes, that's a good club. It's good you work here. He goes, you're a real comic. And he told me that I was a real comic.
That's big.
Because I was, even though doing movies, I was still getting better by going on. I didn't have to do that, but I went to like Penguins in Cedar Rapids.
Is that a real place?
Penguins is a real place, and it smells like craft. It smells like cereal because I think it's Nabisco. It smells like Captain Crunch, the whole city, and Nabisco has a huge factory there. But it's
Penguins.
Penguins.
Still there?
It sounds like a funny bit, right? But it's true. I think it is. I haven't played there forever, but it's where you go and you get great because if they laugh at penguins, they're going to laugh everywhere.
Oh, that's where you go. It's like the barometer?
Them and the Dayton Funny Bone.
The Funny Bone in Dayton?
The Dayton Funny Bone is also, if it works in Dayton, it works everywhere.
That's sort of like the
kind of a barometer? Yeah. It's like, go to Dayton. Do your darkest.
If you get in Dayton, then you're good.
Because you can do the widest material in Dayton and also the darkest, and they're something about them. They have every quadrant covered, and
they're all at the club at the Tickle Trunk.
Yeah, well, no Penguins, and so it's kind of like Universal, the 12:15 show over here at Universal City. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
You go to a summer blockbuster, and if it's packed and it's working, you know it's a hit because everybody goes into that one, the 12:15. Homeless, people on dates, rappers, business guys with their hookers, all of it.
What?
Yeah, the Universal 12:15.
What are you talking about?
That and the 42nd Street Sony Theater. Those two theaters are what we call a 4-quadrant tester.
The one with what's the Universal one?
Universal City Walk.
City Walk has people with hookers?
Yeah, when I saw the Mummy in there, you see vatos, you see rappers out.
The Mummy? You're talking about the movie theater?
The Mummy, yeah. And I saw the Mummy there. You saw business Wall Street guys with like their hooker girlfriend. You see like family. You see everyone. You know,
that's a real deep memory that you're pulling out here. Because it's probably been about 20 years since that's happened.
But I see movies that I want to see. I see at that theater because it's a big spectacle.
Got it.
Universal has Chinese people visiting. They've got people from all over the world. They have locals. They have people from Reseda. It's every race.
You go to City Walk?
So yeah, actually more than people realize. I like City Walk.
I was actually considering going there.
Didn't you go last week?
No.
The buffet. There's a new buffet across the street now. Sheraton's 108. All the crab legs and wagyu. It's a lot, but it's worth it. But it's a lot. You have to like not eat for 2 days.
Huh. I would have never pegged you as a City Walk guy.
I put my lid down like this. No one bothers me.
Do you go to the movies?
And if people do recognize me, they go, "Hey, Jamie." It's like you're just another part of the spectacle.
Sure.
No one bothers me. But, dude, I went to horror nights when I trained. Yeah, I go to movies all the time. Not all the time lately, but I go there. Yeah.
I haven't gone to a movie in forever.
I haven't a lot.
It's sad.
I know. One of the last good movies I saw was.
They made it too easy.
I went to Red Rock.
You used to have to work to see a movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had to like go to the fucking place and it's a whole thing. But now it's not even a thing.
But wait, what were we talking about? Because I want to ask you a question.
I don't know.
You were saying how you're an EP dude of a show that I have only seen clips of, and this is so disrespectful of me. You're the executive.
No.
What are you?
I'm one of the producers and directors of. Are you talking about Dark Side of the Ring?
Yeah.
Dark Side of the
Ring. How high aren't you an EP?
I'm not the EP of the show, but I am the guy who basically does all the interviews on the show. I'm like the documentary director.
Story producer?
Documentary director.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
How many seasons are you in?
This is my fourth one that I've done. The show's done 6 seasons. I've done 40 episodes of it. 40.
This is like your dream job.
Yes.
Because you love wrestling.
I do.
Now, the stories that you see are crazy.
The craziest.
Give me one good crazy story. Because you love wrestling. You taught me more about wrestling than I think almost anybody.
It's really interesting because wrestling, I don't know what, like when I found out that it was just a show, it made me like it more as opposed to less. Do you know when you're like a kid and you find out, oh, people are like, oh, it's not real. And some people are like, oh, well then fuck this. And to me, it was like, what do you mean? That's amazing.
Because
like,
they were able to pull it off.
It was just like a show. It was a spectacle to me. And I was a child actor. I was like, I would watch horror movies and not get scared because I knew that it was a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I guess it was just exciting to me to know that like this athletic thing was also a show. I don't know. I just loved it.
Makes sense.
And I did love it, and I still love it. And so the fact that I'm now working on a TV show where I get to go travel around the country and interview all of these wrestlers that I grew up watching from the 80s and 90s, sometimes the 70s even, and the 2000s even. And it's just like, it's amazing. They have incredible stories. It's like such a crazy business. The people who are in it are not, I mean, at least of that era, the era that you know. Like, name 5 wrestlers.
I can tell you right now, Andre, Junkyard, Hulk, Jimmy,
which
Macho, Snuka,
yeah, Macho. Okay, those 5 you just named.
Sergeant Slaughter, Hacksaw Jim, and I'm not even a mark.
No, you're saying good stuff.
But I grew up on Saturday morning.
So of those first 5 that you
and it's never WWE, it's always WWF for me.
Fair enough. The 5 wrestlers that you named, 4 of those guys are no longer with us.
God rest their souls.
All of those guys have crazy stories because they came up in that era of the Macho Man Randy Savage. You listed.
He's gone?
Yep, we have
God
an episode about
his soul.
him. Andre the Giant, obviously, he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Who else did you name?
How did Jimmy die? I know. How did Macho Man die?
Jimmy Snuka is an episode of our show as well.
I should just watch it.
Jimmy Snuka actually died as he was facing trial for murdering his then girlfriend. It's crazy. These guys have stories, man. So Jimmy Snuka, her name was Nancy. He was driving with her to a show in, I believe it's in Pennsylvania, and he goes to the show. He comes back. She's dead. And he says, oh, well, when we were driving to the show, she fell and she hit her head. And, she must have been, we went to bed and she didn't wake up. That was his story for many years. And it was, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, he
hero to millions.
Yeah. And then the internet sort of got to work, and some reporter got to work and sort of re-looked at the story. Jimmy Snuka apparently, he wrote a book 20 years later. And I might be getting some of these details wrong because it's been so long. But he wrote a book, and in his book, apparently, what he wrote in the book was different than what he told the police kind of thing. And so as they reopen the investigation, he gets recharged, and they go to trial. And they deem that he's just too old, and he ends up passing away.
How did he die?
Old age, or not old age, but complications of being an old wrestler.
And how did did they say that he did it, or
if you watch the episode of Dark Side of the Ring, you'll see.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, it's a crazy episode. So every episode has this crazy element of ESPN 30 for 30 meets a true crime Netflix show, meets just wild stories. And remember, these guys in the 80s and 90s are rock stars. Hulk Hogan wrestling, even in the 70s with superstar Billy Graham and all these guys. These guys are rock stars. They are selling out Madison Square Garden every month. They're in some territories, they're selling out the arena every week. Wrestling 7-8 times a week, traveling around. I mean, girls, men, whatever it was, drugs.
King Kong Bundy,
dead.
God rest his soul.
Yeah, classic.
Dude, I bring this up because I never seen one app.
You should.
People say it's
a good show.
People say it's award worthy. It's Oscar worthy. It should be nominated.
I wouldn't say. Well, you know what?
No, apparently it's amazing.
It is really good.
And I don't want people to think you're just my buddy and we're goofing around because you have a lot of good credits.
This is a good. The way that show came to be,
it's incredible.
It's incredible
that you're working on it is the perfect thing because you.
And shout out to Evan and Jason. They're the ones that created the show.
You love wrestling.
I do.
You are a mark. You're a self-admitted mark. That's what Leatherface is.
Is he a mark?
But he's a self-admitted mark, meaning he knows it's a work, but he still
likes wrestling.
He used to be. He was in the Huntington Beach League, and I forget the name of it. A something. I don't want to say A&A, but John Cena came out of his league.
UPW?
Maybe. A lot of these guys came out of this certain farm
Leatherface was a wrestler?
Yeah, he's in a league you know. Cena came out from the Huntington Beach League. How do I know this?
Because he just had leather on.
Yeah, but I know a lot of these people because if you're a movie monster, that's a variant. If you're a movie monster, you can only wrestle 3-4 years and your fucking knees go. So what do you rather do? Chase fucking 23-year-olds around in a horror movie.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
Oh, he was a wrestler before he was Leatherface.
Yeah.
This is good promo for the Leatherface episode.
Yeah. So
anyway, Dark Side of the Ring, a new season is starting. I may as well plug that.
Are you working on it this year?
We just finished the season, so it's going to start airing in March of this year.
Where does it air? Vice?
It airs on Vice. It's on Hulu.
But is it air?
It's on Crave in Canada.
Does it have a?
Yeah, it's on
10
Thursday night. Yeah. Like Thursdays
but you
at
can
10,
watch it, whatever.
You know, that kind of thing.
Where can I watch all the episodes?
On Hulu.
Just now and just download them?
Yeah.
Okay, now. How many a season did they do? 10?
6 seasons.
10 a season?
10 a season. And I came in season 3.
How'd you get involved?
I got involved during the COVID era. They fell so far behind on their production that Evan, who was the creator of the show, co-creator, him and Jason Eisner.
How did you get involved with
him?
Jason's
who you should meet. He's a great film director. He's got some really cool, quirky stuff for you.
Okay.
For real.
Great.
But anyway.
I like that. About you right now.
So these guys were on the road doing it themselves. And Evan was doing the interviews, or Jason was directing it, whatever they,
like Heckler.
Sure. And they end up, because of the world was shut down, they couldn't fly at first, so they rented a van or a bus, and they started driving around doing it that way. And by the time what should have taken 3 weeks was taking 11 weeks, and what was 11 weeks was taking 20 weeks. They started getting so far behind in the post-production that they needed somebody to take over and go on the road. And so,
did you know them before?
I met them a few times before. I was considering being a showrunner on the show in season 2, but then I did Faking a Murder and Jack of All Trades and all this other stuff. But I really wanted to get involved with that show forever because it's my favorite show kind of thing. And so I spoke to Evan, and he was like, "Hey man, would you want to go on the road and maybe?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course I do." And so I took the job, and since then, it's amazing. Literally, it's amazing.
You showed me your official Vice badge.
I have an official Vice badge.
That's cool.
So I could go to press conferences. I could attend, things that you need me to get into and ask questions to people.
You got to do that.
I could.
Why don't you go to the White House?
I wish.
Why don't you go to the inauguration?
I should. I could.
I would like to go.
You want to
Could we go?
We could.
Can I go as your +1?
I don't think I'm on the list.
No, you have a Vice badge.
I do have a Vice badge.
You're a press.
I am.
Dude, let's go.
You want to go?
I'm dead serious. I don't want to fly, though.
We'll take the Sprinter.
We have to leave tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, we can walk.
Stop.
Yeah. Anyway, it comes with the perk of having that press pass.
Put it down so people can see those lips. Listen to me.
You're fucking crazy.
Give me one wrestler.
Yes.
Because, God, man, it's crazy. Like, I'm not like you, but I could cry how much I really do love wrestlers as I learn because you taught me about them. And it stems from Sid Croft. Shout out Sid, who's still alive, who's on this pod.
Sid was on the pod?
Yeah, 94 years old.
When was he on?
He was on about 7 months ago, but he's the creator of my childhood, also your childhood.
Yeah.
And the creator of Saturday Morning, really, cartoons. And he basically started as a carny. I could cry because basically P.T. Barnum, I believe he worked with him. And then he was the guy with no face, which is crazy. It was a real thing. Took care of him. And it's a beautiful story. And then he ended up opening for Judy Garland, and I think he took care of her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's had a great life. And but he's amazing stories, and he basically all of Hollywood starts as carnies. And it's like you and I talk about this all the time. It's like my hidden camera show was great because they were carnies. How many people can hide in a bush and love it? And you know what I mean? Wrestling, it's huge. It's carnies. You know what I'm saying? The con circuit, carnies. And even rap. You're going from place to place. It's carnies. You know what I'm saying? Putting music on in these crazy venues. All of it. You agree with that?
Sure. I mean, there's definitely the comparison to be made. There's a traveling circus element to all of what you're saying.
It really is.
Yeah.
And Cirque du Soleil is high end, but it's carnies.
Yeah.
And I have a real soft spot for carnies. Now, there's a dark stuff with carnies.
Sure.
But wrestling, to me, if you don't really understand it, first of all, they're the greatest entertainers.
Well, it's the other thing.
And there are people that are so disrespectful to them. I love it when that one guy smacked another guy and says, "Is that fake? You think that's fake?"
And fake violence in the wrestling ring led to this real-life brutality.
I think this is fake.
You think it's fake? What's that? Is that fake? Huh? What the hell's wrong with you? That's open hand slap, huh? You think it's fake? You come. Easy. Huh? What do you mean? Fake.
Yeah, we did an episode on that. That's Dr. D. David Schultz.
I love that. And then Kathy Lee Gifford.
Yeah, with Ravishing Rick Rude. You saw that. That was on socials recently.
Who I liked. And then I think she was on Howard Stern. It's I don't know why I did his show, which I thought, that's fucked up to turn your back on me. But so I was glad that Ravishing Rick Rude gave it to her. Because she flipped the shit. And I'm Ravishing Rude. That was the best fucking moment in that fucking show.
This one is for the Giffer. Now you all see. This is unleashing. Now let's get a shot of old Larry Regis.
And he pulled his pants down and Regis was on his ass and Regis kicked his ass. Regis is lucky he didn't do nothing to him.
You know what? If
that
Regis
was a
only
little,
knew, because we haven't done an episode on Ravishing Rick Rude yet, but Regis is lucky because Rick Rude is someone that would have kicked his ass if he didn't
with one finger.
Yeah.
Twisted him up.
Yeah.
He would have twisted him.
There's stories about that guy, Ravishing Rick Rude.
Dude, one of the greatest I've ever seen was
That's so funny that you just brought that up.
Yeah, I love ravishing. Stop it. So listen. Jake,
I love ravishing.
Dude, take your fucking phone off.
I can't help it.
It's by your dick. Don't let it do that. Listen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dude, I got paranoid because my phone fell asleep. I was on my and it landed in my armpit. And your armpit is like where all of your fucking that gland is.
I know that gland. I've had my own issues with that.
And
where I get paranoid about that.
Well, sometimes if your gland hurts, I'm like, oh God, do I have something bad?
I hate that.
And I'm like, all the radiation is glowing into that fucking gland.
Oh, that
so
gland.
I woke up
Ugh.
at 6 a.m. with the fucking phone in my pit, and I tripped out. I threw it, and my gland hurts a little
Oh
bit.
man,
I know.
That's giving me. I know.
I
hate it.
Hopefully, I just drink a bunch of soursop tea and apricot seeds. But listen,
I honestly feel you, man.
let me go. Yeah, you're with me on that.
Oh my God, it's making me like very uncomfortable.
I'm uncomfortable that I fell asleep with the
I've
fucking
had
phone
that
in my
feeling
pit.
where I think that like there's. I feel
can
like
absorb
a thing
it.
and I feel like oh no.
Oh God, it's like your asshole.
I once went to the doctor because I thought like I was worried about how that was.
Dude.
But then wasn't anything.
Well, my
thank
gland
God.
did hurt, but I get
Your
stressed a lot, but I
gland.
feel better. Dude, no. I forget what gland it is. We're all dumb right now. It's that gland that they check for everything. But if you put your phone up your asshole, that would probably be the most absorbent part of your body. So I wouldn't want to do that. Do you understand? But that gland is like second to your asshole. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
Your asshole is the most absorbent and sensitive part of your body.
Who says?
Doctors.
Oh, you asked?
Yeah. Dr. Dean.
More than your tongue? Dr. Dean, more than your tongue?
100%.
Your asshole
Your asshole
is more absorbent than your tongue.
Yeah.
Which is like the paper towel of the body.
If you were to do it, that's why they have to do
What
a
about your skin?
If you do a coffee enema,
A coffee enema?
yeah,
What's that?
it's an enema, but it's supposed to be like fucking
That
vibrant.
is with coffee?
Yeah,
Come on.
100%.
A hot coffee? Is that what
Not
you were
a
trying
hot
to,
coffee.
Is that what you were trying to serve me?
No, this is a
That's not a coffee enema?
cold coffee.
No, but honestly, people do a coffee enema?
yeah, the grinds.
Are you joking?
100% not. Put a coffee.
Would you do that
Sure.
on your show?
I wouldn't do it on my show, but I would do it in private.
Why not? Why don't you just do it on your show and then people could, you don't have to show it, but you could just do it off camera and then show people what happens to you.
If you want to go deep on this,
Sure.
I've learned a lot, but I want to go with wrestling first and now go back.
I
on
mean, I don't mind segueing into enemas from wrestling.
Well, I just want to say one of the greatest wrestling quotes ever.
Oh,
was-
I'd like to hear that.
One of the greatest things was the movie The Wrestler was incredible.
I love that movie.
And then the documentary Beyond the Mat.
Love it.
And when Jake the Snake said, well, you know, it's from city to city and days and city and days. And first it's, you know, 1 and then it's 2. And
Yeah,
It's,
it's amazing that you remember this.
and it's like bring a friend and then 2 with toys.
Yeah.
And then 2 with toys and a friend watching. And then room service with 3. And then 4, you're just like, do it for me. And then...
You're actually going to get like serious street cred from wrestling fans that you know this quote. Like, I've known you for 100 years and I've never heard you do this.
Really?
That's fucking hilarious.
2 at a time with toys. Like when
That's literally a quote from the movie.
Yeah, when
I didn't even know you've seen that movie.
Oh, I've seen that movie like
Beyond the Mat, you've seen it.
probably 3 times.
Wow.
Because I saw.
That's really funny.
I want to say it came out when Bowfinger was being made.
Bowfinger, great film.
So
also.
I'm not sure, but Brian Grazer made that movie, and he made Bowfinger, and he's one of the biggest producers in town. And he said, "Go see my movie." I went and saw it at like the Artisan. He's like, "It's about wrestling," and
I saw it also there.
bro, you know exactly from the Old House
course.
by Virgin.
Yeah.
And I was engrossed. I want to say it came out in '99. I'm not sure.
When I saw it in theaters, I could not believe what I was seeing.
Bro,
it was amazing.
I wasn't a mark. I'm not anything. It was just a human story.
Yeah.
And I think The Wrestler was based off of that. And it's
Yeah.
still a great movie, but Beyond the Mat, Jake the Snake.
Yeah, he's great. So we've done several episodes of Dark Side of the Ring with Jake the Snake. I've personally
He's
gone to his house and interviewed him
Where's he
several
live now?
times. He's in the Atlanta area. And he's lit. Okay, here's a crazy thing. Jake the Snake's daughter, do you remember? First of all, let's
What's
just
the
get this
pit?
all out here. Jake the Snake's daughter, do you remember in the movie? He's talking
Long
about
time ago.
Okay, well, in the movie, he's like estranged from his daughter, and he's like, the whole drama is him and his daughter. The movie The Wrestler, which you named, is based on that movie and Jake the Snake and his daughter. And Mickey Rourke's character and his daughter is sort of based on...
So it is based on that.
It's sort of based on the Jake the Snake story from Beyond the Mat. And anyway, fast forward, I go to Jake the Snake's house to interview him, and who answers the door? The daughter from the movie. She looks great. Her and Jake like get along famously, like they're like best friends. I think she's his manager now.
He got healthy.
He looks good. He's
God
funny.
bless him.
He's sharp. He's funny. He's got stories. He survived, man. He's a survivor.
He's a legend, dude.
Yeah.
He and the thing about him is
Survived, man.
I don't know anything, but he was just naturally a star because he didn't have the best body.
No.
But he was
Charisma.
He was so charismatic, and he was just tough.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter. And he put
But
that
he could
snake
just like
around
that's
him.
a way he could cut a promo.
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
He look at it. Yeah, he could. But if he walked in, whatever chick he wanted, it's his.
Yeah. They say that he has
It's there.
psychology. They call that ring psychology, where like you really know how to like bring the crowd around. Like he knows when to make it. They can cheer. They're gonna boo. He's controlling your emotions. Like the real greats. He's probably one of those real greats like that. Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking about
Like when you're a stand-up comedian and you're crushing,
Yeah.
and you know what's gonna happen. You can get them up. You can get them down. You know what to do, right?
Is that how that works?
That's how that works in wrestling too.
I know it's the same game. It's just
Yeah.
a different. It's the same cons. It's the same context, different cake.
To me, wrestling is like magic.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
And it's like when you watch, and I've said this before to you, but when you watch magic and you're like, oh, I know this is just a show, but that had to be real. Like, how did he do that?
Yeah.
Like, I know this is not real, but that was real. And wrestling is the same illusion. It's like, okay, I know this is a show, but that hurt. That was real. Or,
Yeah.
this is all a show, but he really does do that. That's a real thing that he said. That was a shoot.
Even you that behind the scenes know that
Yeah.
it's like, oh, that's getting hurt.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
The other crazy part about wrestling is that there's a whole economy for what happens in the ring, and then there's a whole other economy in wrestling for what happens behind the scenes in wrestling. All the fans want to know what's going on behind the scenes as much as they want to know what's going on in the ring. So there's a whole
like a true reality show.
it's really a thing, man. It's a crazy thing to be a part of. And when you do a show like in closing, when you do a show like Dark Side of the Ring, which is not a WWE show, where you have an independent sort of team investigating and telling the story, the fans love it because they're getting the real 100%. This is the authentic. This is the real story.
Yeah, because they want to live and breathe their characters.
Yes.
their people.
It's really awesome. So,
And I was gonna say, it brings us back to one of the greatest ever, who God rest his soul, is Roddy.
Roddy,
We got to work with him
the best.
and Kickin' It Old Skool.
Yeah.
And he was just the sweetest guy. I don't know how I got to know him. I got to know him before somehow, and then he was so sweet to do the movie, and he just is like, there's a guy that had everything.
Yep,
What a great character,
the best.
and great looking guy.
Sure.
Great actor.
Yep.
I mean, he was on his way to becoming a movie star. He did They Live, which is one of the greatest movies ever.
Yeah,
You know that.
of course.
And he had done a lot of other movies.
He did.
And
Did you know there's been a couple. Would you say
but I don't think he gets enough of the credit in Hollywood.
there's a couple wrestler actors who gets the most credit? The Rock? Is The Rock the biggest wrestler actor? Or Batista? Dave Batista, you know him?
I would say The Rock, Cena.
Cena's doing movies too.
I would say Batista's third. I would say, but let's go through it. Hogan, but not as big as The Rock.
But Hogan was in a bunch
Hogan
of
was
movies.
the biggest, to me, biggest wrestler ever.
Yeah. I'm talking about like acting.
But
Hogan's in
Rock is the biggest.
But Hogan's in Rocky 3,
Yeah, no, Hogan's for sure.
and he's in, he's got his own movies.
But Roddy had a lot.
Roddy?
I would say The Rock. I'd have to probably say John Cena's second. I would have to say the guys is
So
Aaron.
I feel like Batista's
and
going to
Batista's
win
third.
an award or something. Like,
Yeah,
he's
he
like
might.
a real actor. Not that the other guys aren't real actors.
Damn, shots fired.
No, I'm saying like I mean, The Rock could go for an Oscar if he wanted to, but I think like The Rock is an
He
action
did
star.
that family thing.
Yeah, Rock's like an action star, and Cena's become like sort of a comedy action star, and I think Batista's doing more like kind of like acting roles.
I like Cena, but I think he's a little bit of a deep state guy.
What does that mean?
Plant.
You think John Cena is a plant? A guy that worked 20 years for Vince McMahon works for the other side?
How can I say that? I don't want to get beat up.
By who?
Meaning that they're trying to make, they've pushed for him.
Who?
The powers of job giving.
The what?
The powers that be, like John Cena.
Who are they?
Listen, I mean, you don't star in a movie and also star in a T-Mobile commercial. Those people.
There's a few people that are like that.
Yeah, but he was definitely pushed. They wanted John Cena. He also speaks perfect Mandarin.
He does,
which is a little odd.
No. I have to agree like a little bit.
Fucking
John Cena.
Fucking vivid video outtake.
That's hilarious. John Cena does speak fluent Mandarin.
Yeah, but that's not nothing to see here. Nothing to see. You got so fucking. He speaks fluent fucking Mandarin, bro.
Yeah, it's not
he looks like a Marine, bro.
Yeah,
he's a fucking plant.
I don't know about that.
Meaning that. Here's what they do. I'm just gonna be blunt with you.
Please.
The CIA
is involved with John Cena.
The CIA has a hand in Hollywood. Are you gonna really question that?
I'm just listening.
What movie was I in? Name one. All right, Enemy of the State.
Okay.
Do you think that's a fucking movie that is still becoming more relevant as the days go longer?
Well, for those that didn't see it, what's like the log? What's
it's
the elevator
basically
pitch?
about we live in a surveillance state.
Okay.
Okay. There was a movie called The Conversation that predated that.
Who's the star of yours?
A guy named Will Smith.
And Will Smith's like running around and like you're one of the guys in the computer.
I'm one of the bad guys. And to do that, we worked for John's Voight and Gene
You've done
Hackman.
a few movies with John Voight.
I've done a few, like 3.
Does he know that?
He does. He's my man. He's one of the greatest ever.
Yeah.
And he took me under his wing. And he's the head of the CIA, which we could consider those people or
sure.
deep state.
Sure. What is the CIA's role in real life, in your opinion, in this? Like, what is the CIA?
The CIA is whatever they do for the government, some kind of surveillance. I believe it was started by George Herbert Walker Bush. I believe it was. And it's different than the FBI. There's a lot of smoke around the CIA, but people say that the CIA, and this is a proven fact, that they have consultants on movies. And for that movie, we definitely had consultants.
Oh, you did?
Well, proper consultants.
Okay, and did you get a chance to speak to them?
100%.
And what were they telling you?
You know, this is the way they would do
If
it.
you really think that this is real, like, aren't you worried to say these types of things on your show?
A little bit, but I can figure out I edit it, so.
Fair enough.
But I think it's kind of out there.
Is it?
Definitely, it's been. Everyone talks about that. The CIA definitely has a say in movies. When they make a movie like Enemy of the State, they definitely like, how do we want to represent this? They definitely also do things like Black Hawk Down. What are the real looks like? What's the set look like? How does surveillance look like? That's all
different,
dude. The movie Stakeout had consultants. Like, that's how cops really stake out,
right?
Even though it's a comedy.
But the way you're positioning it and what it really is are two different things.
What I'm trying to tell you is
you're positioning it as a like, well, they've got their stake in it and they're going to tell you how to do. You're saying like, if you're doing a movie about the CIA and you have someone there to be like, oh, here's how we do it.
This is how we do it. Yes, they will.
So why is that bad?
They want it to look real.
Okay, what's that got to do with John Cena?
I love John Cena. What I'm saying is, a guy that looks like a Marine.
Yeah.
Who looks like an American hero.
Okay.
Who started in the fucking everyman world of wrestling, meaning a supreme athlete.
Sure.
But also in the most common denominator thing, like wrestling.
Okay.
Like, which is super hard, but like it's not some like country club thing like tennis or whatever. It's like the working man's connection sport.
Okay.
Even more than football, right? Like, because a couple guys could, in their backyard, not think they could play football, but they could think they could possibly wrestle.
Sure.
And they don't have to have the perfect body.
True.
They get him in there. He starts in the schools. He's a normal guy. At some point, they see his potential. And he looks like this perfect kind of American hero. And what do? They start fucking grooming him for the roles and what image they want him to portray.
The CIA.
I'm not saying the CIA, but what I'm saying is he's a good look for America.
Sure.
And so there's a reason
like
why
Tom Cruise or something.
Yeah, there's a reason why he is successful. I'm not saying he's not talented, he doesn't work hard. There could be a reason why he's successful. Because why isn't Raven starring in these? Where's Raven? But what about me? What about Raven? Where's Raven?
Where did you pull that out?
Because Raven, no one talks about Raven.
I've met Raven. I interviewed Raven. I like
know.
Raven.
Where the fuck is Raven?
He's in.
Where's the Ultimate Warrior?
God, he's dead.
God rest his soul. Where's Mankind?
He's alive.
He's at a fucking Denny's.
He's with you at a convention.
Yeah. Okay. Give me where is fucking Sergeant Slaughter?
He's alive. He's also on the convention circuit. Do you ever see Slaughter?
Yeah, I did. He's a sweet guy. What I'm trying to tell you is those guys didn't. So just Cena gets picked.
Well, Hulk Hogan was big like that. What about The Rock? Is The Rock also CIA?
Not CIA. This is going to get me in trouble.
But what I'm saying, it's just like
I'm just trying to clear your fucking throat.
I'm just trying to break down. I'm just trying to break down what you're trying to say here.
Let me say this to you.
I don't get it.
All right. Are you honestly being dumb?
I'm not being dumb. Like I don't understand.
This is a reverse of a reverse of a reverse work. This is, and also since you're Jewish, they're gonna say some stuff like reverse. You know what I'm saying?
Like reverse Jedi?
No, it's like, oh, he's Jewish. He doesn't want to give up this deep state and all this stuff.
Me, like I know about it. Like what? I'm part of it.
Bro, you've been doing commercials since you're 5 fucking years old.
Yeah, so wouldn't I know?
You've seen things.
I have.
Okay, let me explain this to you. Can you agree that if you're doing a movie about the LAPD, you're gonna have consultants?
Yes.
You have agree that if you're doing a movie about Frank Sinatra, you're gonna have consultants?
I hope so.
Okay. So if you're doing a movie about the government, CIA, you're going to have consultants.
Correct.
Do you also know that X amount of scripts every year go and that the CIA puts a certain amount of money and funding into films?
No.
You've never heard that?
You just said it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty documented thing that they do. And so do you think that Top Gun was just made out of the blue, or there's a reason why potentially it was made and remade?
If I had to guess why it was made, Tom Cruise was looking to sort of cash in on some previous successes, and bring himself back to the forefront and put himself back in the
beautiful American tale.
Well, it always was.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is some of these, like, yeah, America, they're not just movies just made in a writer's room.
Sure, I guess.
So that's up to you to believe.
I'll say
not.
that we were definitely like if you grew up in the 80s specifically, patriotism was certainly a thing.
100%.
A pop culture thing.
100%. I don't know which movie, but Rocky fucking 4.
Sure.
For sure. Or 3. Was it 3? Which
like
was 4?
USA Wrestling is very much that too.
USA.
Yeah.
You know, Iron Eagle.
I don't know if the CIA is involved, but I guess if you say.
No, there's a department at the CIA.
It's like part of just trying to like put out stories to keep the public sort of engaged.
It's called propaganda.
Okay. I believe that, I guess.
Okay.
I can stomach that.
I
don't think the films that I make or you make or that we're involved with have that.
I don't think so. But there's apparently a department at the CIA that looks at movies and then
I'd like to get a job there.
And decides either they put money in or they're like, yeah, make this movie and we're going to give you all the fucking bells and we'll give you all the tanks, the planes, all that shit. Okay. So all I'm saying is who's starring in this? John Cena. He's going to have to take meetings with different people. I'm saying we like John. He's a good representative. Hey, John, you like your life? Okay, great. You want to have a great life? Do this, do that. So he may push initiatives through his art. That's all. I'm not saying he does.
I don't think that's unlike, though, any major celebrity that gets to a certain level where they're...
It's called shilling.
Sure. So I think that once you reach a certain level that John Cena has reached...
But not everyone's going to be like that. But I'm just saying he's a good example because he seems like an American hero.
He does. He has the perfect
look.
But
there are great actors that might be big that also shill on the down low. Like, you know, I think Sean Penn has turned into a shill.
Really?
Yeah. But he doesn't look like, you know, I mean, he's a great...
What's he shilling?
Dude, don't get me started.
No, I'm being honest.
I can't even say it because I get fucking... fucking stabbo.
You think he gets paid to say that? See, are you one of these people that thinks that like Tom Hanks was like paid to say that he had COVID?
Bro, I'm saying once I saw a fucking musical on the Colbert Show with dancing needles telling you to get the fucking... I'm like, yeah, that's not normal.
But that's a comedy bit. That's not like a public service announcement.
Dude, are you... Honest to God, bro, I'm doing everything in my power not to come over that fucking shit. Stop acting.
I'm not acting.
Stop fucking acting.
I'm honestly not acting.
Stop fucking acting.
I'm not acting.
Are you this... Dude, you've been an actor since 1978.
True.
You fucking avoided creeps, weirdos,
like
psychos. You were in the original fucking Diddy fucking jacuzzi before Diddy. As a victim, probably.
Allegedly.
And yet you're acting like you don't know this shit exists? Stop it. Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
You big fucking pharma, you don't think they gave him a fucking chunk and said, do the dancing needle bit?
To Stephen Colbert?
100%. Ariana Grande was doing commercials for the Jabbo.
So if they came to you and asked you to do a commercial for the Jabbo, what's your price?
Before I got awake, I would of course did it.
Even after you awoke? Like, is there a number?
Nope.
$10 million.
Nope.
$50 million.
Nope.
$50 million.
No way. I mean, I know it sounds crazy.
$50 million.
No.
$100 million.
Dude, no.
$100 million.
I honestly believe I would say no. I honestly believe it. I'm going to tell you why, dude.
A Shohei Ohtani size $700 million.
Bro, Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei.
A Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei.
Okay, Shohei is hitting a baseball.
Yeah.
And he's Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
So he's getting paid for his God-given abilities.
Okay.
That's
now,
different.
So your God-given ability to spread messages and to influence folks.
Yeah.
You're going to get paid $700 million to tell people to take the jab.
And
you're saying no?
No. Yeah, I'm saying no.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
What's your soul worth?
I guess more than $700 million.
No, because dude, I honestly, and this, I'm just telling you, this is a 3-year-old me. I mean, listen, if it's in front of me, I don't know how much I'm tempted. Obviously, I'm going to be tempted, but no, I honestly, dude, I'm telling you, bro, I think it would be committing a massive crime. I really do.
Crime.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't disagree with you.
I don't think that thing is good for you. I don't think people should have taken it.
But like, what? It's a crime for the person to promote it. So it's like, okay. I'm not taking sides here. I'm just trying to help.
Sounds
you
like
picture.
you are.
No, I'm not. Now let's just say that I was
like you're on the side of fucking Big Farm.
Let's just say that you were in a Tide commercial. Were you ever in a Tide commercial?
No, I can.
You're in a Rally Burger commercial.
Rally.
Okay.
Blockbuster.
All right.
El Pollo Loco.
Okay, so let's just say you're in a Rally commercial.
Now, Grant, I wasn't awake.
You're in a Rally commercial.
Yeah.
And then
I was in a Vans commercial.
The hamburgers end up going on to hypothetically, they sell 1 billion hamburgers. 1 billion. And 1.5% of the people that ate the Rally's hamburgers died or had some sort of complications. Now, since you're talking about 1.5% of 1 billion, that's a big number.
15 million?
It's a lot of people.
1 billion, 10% is 100 million, 1% is 10 million. Yeah, so 15 million.
So if 15 million people died at Rally Burgers, it would be a huge story. It would be, you'd see death charts, and today another person, like, that's more people than died of COVID. 15 million people, depending on, which chart you're looking at. But you were in the Rally's commercial, and you got paid to be in that Rally's commercial. So is that a criminal for you to be promoting those burgers, even though 1.5% of those customers died? If you were actually to look at product testing, I'm sure that you'd be shocked to find out how many people died drinking soft drinks, eating fucking laundry detergent, doing anything.
You don't eat laundry detergent.
Doing anything.
Can I answer?
Is that an interesting counterpoint?
That's
We're just having a debate here.
That's a really good point.
Okay.
A very good point.
And I'm not defending the big pharma. I'm defending the spokesperson who's being paid to be in a commercial. Like, do you fault the guys that were in the crypto commercials? the people that lost all their money in that Sam Bankman thing?
No.
No. So
they didn't
why
know.
not? They didn't know. So do you think that Ariana Grande or whatever you're alleging that she was like, oh, I know it's evil, but I'm going to do it anyway?
No.
No. So maybe I've talked you out of your stance that these people are criminal.
No. Hold on. Let me answer. You said a lot of things.
I did.
There. So first of all, this is a really good counterpoint.
Okay.
First of all, but I want to say that first of all, my commercial was a regional. So it literally was like Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska. It was for regional rallies. So it might have hit 700,000. Okay.
Okay.
I got paid a regional.
70 deaths, we'll call it.
Yeah, I got paid. No, I got paid. Maybe 70. I got paid a regional.
Okay.
And I got paid a couple residuals.
And you beat out Seth Green for that role, didn't you?
Probably.
Okay.
Okay. That was Scream, I think. So, okay. If we find out later that hamburgers, which I'm talking about, are Soylent Green, and I knew that, then yeah, it's an issue.
Sure.
Because they just found human DNA in hamburgers.
They did?
Yeah, 2%.
Which company?
I don't want to be liable, but you figure it out. But this is a real thing that there's human meat in this shit. Whether the guy falls in the grater at the farm, I know. Every movie's a documentary. It's called Soylent Green. I don't want to blow your mind, but listen to me. Very good counterpoint, but I wasn't aware, I hate to say aware of things that I am now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Struggling actor, and I just was like, and it was a different time. I didn't have all the information.
Are you talking about the rally commercial?
Yeah. The internet, it was in 30 years ago, bro. 30 years ago I did that commercial. The internet was literally, Amazon was born in 1994. Okay.
Okay.
Literally wasn't even dial up yet. It was like you had to have a special library key code to use that computer. Remember?
Yeah.
So you had to go to Hollywood Library and pay for time. So that was a different time. But if I actively knew that these burgers were fucking people up and I did it, yeah, that's terrible that I would do that.
So
but let me finish because you said a lot of things.
Sure.
Okay. So, but a hamburger, which we've gone for centuries and eons, is different than this thing, which there was a lot.
But it's like the same percentage that I'm talking about.
It might be.
Like if 1 billion people got it, how many,
No,
what's the
you're
math on
not
that?
wrong.
Okay.
But there's not been a ton of videos on people on the internet going, I had the rally, bacon, egg, and cheese, and I can't, there's not soccer
I'm
stars
sure, though,
eating a rally bacon Western and going, and falling down. There's not, let me finish. There's not a fucking people of going, I had the rally fucking triple double. I mean, so if there's enough videos of people saying that, then you're going to go, fuck, what the fuck am I doing? So to answer your question, Ariana, no way. 7 million, whatever, Ariana, do it. She probably doesn't know. I mean, she's extremely intelligent, extremely talented. Do this thing, do it, get paid. Maybe, done.
Probably thinks she's doing something good.
100%. But I don't know how much he
But
investigated.
probably Colbert, the same argument could be made. He probably thinks he's doing the right thing.
He's more in control of his show. It's a whole bit.
Sure.
She just talked about it.
Fair.
He did a whole bit. I think in the beginning, it was okay. People didn't know. But once all the information came out, Sean Penn, the reason I bring him up is because he actively shames people that don't want to get it.
Still?
To this day. And he's like, he said, if you're not V'd, it's like pointing a loaded gun at your head.
This seems like
Listen
a
to me.
2021 talking point. Is that still a thing?
Dude, it's about to happen again. China's fucking has a new virus coming out right now.
Really?
I was just reading about it. Yeah. It's going to repeat itself. They don't want fucking Trump in, dude. Listen, long story boring is, you make a very good
So
point.
This all has to be with Trump, you're saying?
Pandemic, what you think?
I mean, it has a catchy,
Pandemic.
it has a catchy slogan.
Here's
to
my
it.
question is, you make a good point.
Yeah.
I think there's not as much information or things around the burger as there was this thing. And we can't even talk about it, isn't that weird? You can't talk about it. But my question is, why are you such a shill?
I'm not a shill.
Why are you such a shill to go against? Why aren't you jumping in these waters?
No, because it would be.
Why are you such a shill?
Okay, first of all, I'm not a shill.
You are.
First, I am definitely not a shill. Second of all, it would be boring if I just came here and didn't try to
No, it's not.
challenge a conversation. Like, I want
If two porn stars were on here right now and they're like, oh my God, I love jerking off two guys at once. And then the other goes, me too. Would that be boring?
Well, that's a different thing.
Exactly.
You're comparing hamburgers to
hot dogs.
To hot dogs.
Yeah.
I'm saying that like, I'm just trying to make you think a little bit more. I don't think you're wrong.
Feels like you're shilling.
I'm not shilling. I'm not shilling at all. If I'm shilling, that would mean that I'm being paid to say something. No? Isn't that what a shill is?
Yeah.
You think I'm being paid by Big Pharma
No.
to come on your podcast? And
No.
I'm not. So I think that like part of what you are seeing, there's truth to everything. There's definitely truth to what you're hearing about and what you're learning about. But there's also like a bigger, more. I hope that common sense is real. I hope that not everything is like this evil matrix that it probably is. But you're so busy trying to solve the Truman Show here and try to figure out, you know.
And my question is, why aren't you?
Because it's just easier.
Why aren't you?
It's. I should maybe.
You know when people say you're so angry, and I go, why aren't you angrier?
Yeah, that's good that you said that. That is an interesting way to answer what I just said.
Yeah, like
I'll give
what,
you credit for that.
Like, do you want to have another White Claw and fucking root for the Browns?
No.
But you're not even a White Claw guy.
No.
You smoke weed to get unhigh. No, you literally can't get high anymore. And yet, you're the most introspective guy I know. Maybe not on yourself, because there's some demons in there. We all have demons. But you fucking literally see everything. You are so observant. If you're walking down the street, you fucking know who's bad, who's good, who's going to rob, who has $1 million in their suitcase. You have a fucking scar on your head right there, show the camera, where you got fucking gun whipped. You got pistol whipped. How old were you?
Teenager.
You got pistol whipped with the butt of a gun.
It's true.
And you know the world.
Yes.
It's a dark place.
It can be.
And then you're like, I'm just going to hide behind a Twinkie and a $7 all-you-can-eat pancake.
I wish it was all you can eat. That would be something.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, why aren't you digging?
I think you're not. I mean, listen, I could be. But, like, to me, it's like I can't control these things.
I'm not saying you can, but you can be aware.
I'm definitely aware of it all, but it's like, what can I control? I can control what I do. I can control how I interact with my friends and family. I can control how I pour my energy into my life, my career, my friendships, my relationships, whatever. That's all I can control. It doesn't matter what I say about Big Pharma or Donald Trump or anything. It does not matter what I say. It's not going to change anything. So yes, to be a part of the conversation is cool. Maybe you actually are doing a little bit more digging than the average bear, and maybe you will uncover something.
I didn't want to.
But maybe you'll uncover something.
They fucked with me.
Who did?
Them.
Who's them?
The fucking big people.
The big people?
Yeah.
Fucked with you.
Yeah.
Why? What'd you do?
I did the abortion movie.
So they fucked with you?
Yeah. They wrote articles about me, called me a right-winger. And I wasn't a right-winger.
Yet.
I'm not now. If I see a girl, I don't assume that she's going to have a 9-inch penis. Is that right wing?
No.
Okay. When you see a girl and you pull it on her pants, what do you hope is there?
I mean, this is like a third grade conversation.
No, that's not. Don't say that.
It is.
What do you hope is there?
No, literally, they're having these conversations in third grade. It's terrible. Can you hear
What do you remember back in the day where women used to have vaginas?
I mean, whatever. I mean, listen.
What do you mean, whatever?
I agree with it. Like it's
you fucking were part of this group.
It's a lot. It's a lot, but I don't know.
I just believe that normal shit.
Okay, so you did this Roe versus Wade movie,
yeah,
right? And so so this goes back to our other point. You're an actor. You're an actor who's in a movie.
Jew, Larry Later, a hero to the left.
They couldn't find an actual one to be the part. Play that
Why
part?
can't I act? You know I play a lot of Jews.
Now, how did you play the Jewish character?
He did talk like this a little bit.
Did he?
Yeah. He said, "Let me tell you, he was under Margaret Sanger."
And what did he do?
Larry Later was basically the godfather of Planned Parenthood.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, before I did the movie, you would say it's a good thing. After I did the movie, there's a lot of smoke. So basically, and by the way, the movie was made by a guy who leans right, who's also Jewish, and go. So this.
What does that have? Why do you always have to like quantify that it's Jewish? Why you got to drag us into your mess?
Because I'm protecting you.
How are you protecting us? Leave us out of your fucking shit. Tell your story without us. It's like seriously.
No, because
we have enough problems right now. We don't need to be part of your fucking whatever you got going on.
You are.
We don't want it.
You're part of it.
Tell the story without that part. He can't just be a doctor.
No, because
he's a doctor and he's Jewish. Just so you know. And he talks like this.
Say the line.
Yeah.
Say the line.
Jewish doctor don't know shit.
Say the line.
I'm not saying shit. Leave us out of this.
You did a movie. That was real. That was real. No, bro, you know I got love. But I'm trying. There's a lot of heat right now, and I'm trying to fucking protect you.
Well, it's not helping us.
I know.
If
I'm
you want
trying
to
to
say something else.
Well, I'm trying to tell you that it was not just. I want you to know it's not boyish conspiracy. There's also
as a friend, I saw now at this time.
Jewish. He played a character in a movie of the week with Elizabeth Perkins, and he was a young kid, and something happened. It was a Holocaust movie?
It was.
And he goes like this, and it's so funny. It's on his tape. He goes, Jewish doctors don't know shit. And he's about 10 years old. It was the cutest thing, and it was a great
good performance.
You got nominated for like a Canadian award. And to this day, I always say it to him, Jewish doctor don't know shit. You were literally a Holocaust kid.
Yes.
It's a dark movie.
Very dark. But not a comedy at all.
No, but you were great in it.
I was hilarious in it.
And okay, go ahead what you're going to say and I'll say.
I don't.
What I was saying is.
Oh, yeah, this is what I was going to say. As your friend.
Leave us out of it.
Yeah. You better put that clip out. I want to tell you, like, don't leave that one on the floor.
I won't.
I want to tell you that.
What's this gland called? Fuck.
There is a good, there's certain friends that you have. This has nothing to do with Roe versus Wade.
I want to finish that story.
But real quick, there's certain friendships that you have or chemistry you have with somebody that it just turns on instantly from the minute you see each other. Like you and I could go so long without seeing each other, and then as soon as we see each other, it's like we picked right back up. Now, this is not something to say like, oh, this is a very special bond that we have.
Yeah.
But people who are watching this, they have special bonds like this with people in their lives as well.
Yeah.
And it really is a pleasure to come and just do this with you. It is
really
fun. It is a lot of fun.
Well, I love you, buddy.
I would do it all the time if I lived here. But it is a lot of fun. It is an interesting concept that you have built this platform for yourself. And I'll say that you have always never played by the rules.
I try not to.
So you never have. Now you've taken it a little far, but that's fine.
With what?
Just in general, like you've taken it further. Like this is the 20-year evolution of you not playing by the rules. And now 20 years later, you're like not playing by the rules even more.
Well, I have a
do you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah, but I'm going to get to that. But I want to tell you that this is your third time on the show.
Yeah. Is that a record? Do I get a jacket?
You are the most booked guest ever.
That's big.
You are.
I'll take it.
So,
when I used to have a podcast, you were the most booked guest
Thank
ever.
you. Yeah, you were before everybody.
Yeah.
You and Tom Green. And so I appreciate that. And I'm like, sometimes I just want to get people I don't know, but then there's like a nice familiarity. And so you're in town. But now let's go. That was a compliment to you.
Thank you. But I will say, though, that like you never did play by the rules even back then. Even when you were getting going, even how you got into Hollywood.
100%.
You never played by the rules. You made your own rules.
Well, because no one wanted me.
Right.
So I had to.
You created your own opportunities the whole way.
100%.
And so maybe if there is a system.
So, but let me ask you.
I can see why you would be blocked maybe if there was a system because you're a guy that's like not. You're not John Cena.
There's a definite fucking system, dude.
There could be.
There could be. Okay, first of all, I got in Scream, which was unconventional the way I did it. My show got on, it was unconventional. Malibu's got made unconventionally,
Your New Year's special.
Unconventionally with you. So there's a lot of things I've done unconventionally. So are you saying now the 20 years meaning this new...
Your curiosity has evolved, your need to know answers has evolved from...
But it's not just me.
But it's you specifically who we're talking about.
No,
right
we
now.
are, but I mean, Russell Brand is doing it.
Sure.
Rob Schneider, Jim Brewer, Roseanne.
Is that the crew?
Oh, there's a lot of
Is
us.
that the 5 apostles of
There's a lot more, but I mean,
Do
like,
you guys all talk to each other?
no, I talked to Roseanne.
She cool.
Amazing.
She is cool.
Roseanne's a legend
Icon.
and a mentor.
Of course.
An icon.
Yeah.
And will literally is the most truthful person. Does not hold back.
She doesn't have a filter, that's for sure.
No. And why you went off subject so many things. Is that why I was the Planned Parenthood? You want to go back to that?
Yeah.
Larry later,
And is he
Jewish,
okay?
created Planned Parenthood, and the reason why he was a hero to the left because he did Planned Parenthood. But there's also a lot of smoke with him because he hung with Margaret Sanger, who they called a eugenicist. You have to look that word up if you don't know what that means. And basically, Planned Parenthood isn't just an altruistic thing. There's also some money being made.
Well, there's money in every cause.
Okay. I know it's
Okay.
uncomfortable to say.
Well, there's money in church as well,
100%.
which is
And-
the other side of it.
Yeah, and they're Christians.
Yes.
There you
They
go.
don't
I
pay
said
taxes either on that side.
100%. Some of them are Christians, some of them
Yeah.
are whatever. So, yeah, there's money being made. You're a little sensitive about the J word.
I am.
You are. And we had dinner the other night at Joey's, another J word. And you went off, and you should go off.
I don't need to go off.
Are you scared?
I'm not scared. I don't need to. It's like I know where I stand. It's like you do. Where do you stand?
Dude, that's the problem. Well, I have no problem with Jews.
Okay.
You're right here.
Okay, that's
If
good.
I had a problem with Jews, would you be here?
Is that like, oh, I like Jews. I have a Jewish friend.
I have a Jewish guy I let in the studio. You're on my wall.
I am on the wall.
But I mean, like, I hate that there has to be like, I'm Jewish. We got enough problems. Why does it have to be we? Why can't you and I be we?
We can.
Why do we have to be, you're a Jew, I'm not a Jew? Or you're black, I'm not black. Or you're a girl, I'm not a girl.
Okay, so now you want there to be all one gender?
No, I want. No, I'm saying if you have a fucking 7-inch long vagina, don't say it's a cock until I see a cock. It doesn't mean you can't identify,
Okay.
but don't get mad if people confuse that and say, I thought it was a vagina. Does that make sense?
I don't see how you could confuse a penis for a vagina.
There people are doing it.
They're doing that.
They're doing it, yeah. So, long story not boring is, I hate that we separate by this stuff, but you are very upset about what's going on in the world, and you should be.
Yeah.
But just know you have allies.
Are you one of them?
Of course I am.
Okay, good.
Fuck, dude. Jeez. But it's like, there's a lot of fucking complications with this whole thing, dude.
Is there?
Bro, in let's just say in Hollywood,
Okay.
there's all types of people.
It's shocking to me.
I agree, because let's just be honest. Jews created the business. Jews run the business. You have to admit that. Can you admit that?
I mean,
Can you fucking admit? There's not a guy named O'Malley. It's Mr. O'Malley. He runs all the studios. How are you doing today? Would you like to make a movie about leprechauns?
I'm sure there was.
No, there's no
O'Malley
fucking
Studios
O'Malley.
somewhere.
There's no Johnson.
Sure.
You know there's a Gold and a Burke. And by the way, God bless their souls. They're the fucking kings of it.
Okay.
Why does that make you so mad?
It doesn't make me mad. Why is it such a negative thing?
It
that,
isn't.
That Jews were part of the
part.
of creating Hollywood. Why is
They
that bad?
created it.
But why is that bad?
Not for me.
Isn't that good?
It is. I just know it's not. It's just be honest about it. The Jews run Hollywood.
But if they
run movies,
if
they run TV, they
Okay.
run music,
If
they run
that's-
everything.
Okay, that's not true. But if it was true, then explain what's going on now.
It's insane what's going on.
Explain
now.
to me what's going on.
It's
Because
insane.
if they ran everything, wouldn't this be under control?
I want to say my sister said this to me.
Because it's not true. It's not real. Maybe at one point, like in 19 whatever, I'm talking about now, it's not
Okay.
the same.
The person who ran the record label, they find a Jessica Simpson, who's not Jewish, and they find this little shiksa tart, and they put her on the label, and they make her a fucking star.
What did you call her?
A shiksa tart.
A shiksa tart?
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
Bro, I'm raised with Jews.
Okay, fair enough.
I hate that. You know it. I fucking practically fucking sit shiva with you.
That's true.
I mean, come on, bro. My Uncle Bernie, I may have some in me.
I'm trying to say to you that, like, it is again.
It's
evolved.
First of all, let me be honest.
Where do you think
you're not being honest.
I am.
Jews
Where do you
started
think
Hollywood,
okay,
and there's
but
nothing.
right now,
God bless them.
2025, Jamie.
And they ran Hollywood.
Okay.
They do still
That's
run Hollywood.
past tense
What
for the
is
most-
well, I think they still do. But the uprising
Yeah.
against Jews
Yeah.
is, I never thought I would see that happen.
No.
It's insane.
It is.
And I want to say it's wokeism, and you had a good theory about it, and it's these rich kids. I don't think they're rich kids of Jews, right?
Some of them are.
But that would be a self-fighting crime.
I don't think they care.
Okay, well then that's crazy.
Yeah.
But there's this new thing that it's like you and I can be. There are people when you get around what you connect with them with, okay? And certain people you may connect with because you're a dude, other people because you're Jewish, other people because you're. Me and you, we connect because we're funny. Okay, that's our religion.
Okay.
Okay. So nothing's gonna get in the way of funny, no matter what.
Okay.
These new group that are coming for the Jews, which is 100% accurate, and like literally harassing them on campuses. What my point is, I've never seen that in my life.
Yeah.
And it's happening in Hollywood
It's crazy.
under like universities that are mostly like the endowments are from big Jewish donors. So it's like, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Why is it happening? That's a lot of what I'm saying is this town has everybody in it. So I can't just say fuck Muslims.
Who's telling you to say that?
Well, what are you saying? I can stand with you, but also can I have Muslim people that are Muslims that I'm friends with?
Of course you can.
Okay.
I'm not we would never say that.
Okay, so then what are we saying?
I'm not really sure what you're saying.
I lost my train of thought.
Good. Edit it all out. The world doesn't need to see any of that. I would have to say
but you said this, and be honest. Be fucking honest. What
Jamie,
you said
let's
the
have
other
a real
night.
conversation.
Okay.
Here. Who do you think the biggest investors are in record companies and movie studios in 2025? What is the origin?
Probably BlackRock.
No. I'm talking about like nationality. Like, where's the money coming from? Americans? Is it coming from overseas? Is it coming from?
Probably
place?
China bought up a lot of libraries.
China, and what about newer stuff?
Saudi Arabia.
Oh, really? So you have Saudi Arabia.
Potentially.
You have China.
I'm not sure.
Are the ones that are taking over, according to what you might think?
They might be.
That might be running the things at Universal or.
I know China bought a very big company, at Universal.
Sure.
I mean at Warner Brothers.
So you just named Saudi Arabia and China.
I think.
So
I'm not sure.
Two places.
Definitely, China has bought certain big properties in Hollywood. That's known fact.
Okay. So this Jewish agenda you speak of.
I didn't say agenda.
This Jewish control of Hollywood that you speak of that is still happening right now, are those Chinese Jews or are those Saudi Arabian Jews?
Why is it so crazy?
I'm not. I'm just trying to ask you.
Why is it so crazy to say that Jews ran Hollywood?
You can say it in a past tense. I just don't think it's accurate anymore.
Okay, but they did run Hollywood.
I'm sure they did that.
I'm sure.
I wasn't alive, but yes. Like, I wasn't around in 1931 when, like, Hollywood was invented. But yes, Nick Carpenter's grandfather, Hal Roach, was Jewish.
Okay.
And he was one of the original pioneers of Hollywood. So
what
there
were
you
the
go.
Goldwyn brothers?
Of course.
What was fucking Lou Wasserman? What were the fucking...
Other people went into other businesses. This is what they went into. And thank God they did.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
I think the Nickelodeon, which where the first movie was played, was created by Jewish guys. Jewish fur traders. Watch An Empire of Their Own. It's a book. It's all about how there's nothing wrong with it.
I'm not saying there's something wrong.
I never said there was an agenda. Now you're getting a little paranoid.
Okay.
But I mean, there is something called Jewish space lasers. The drones had.
I actually do. Like, part of me wants to believe that you really do think that.
What is the thing with Jewish space lasers?
I don't know.
That they're lasers with a dreidel?
Jewish space lasers control the weather.
Well, there's definitely weather shit.
But it's Jewish.
What do you believe and what don't you believe? Here's what I want to say about
Do I believe there's Jewish space lasers? No.
Here's what I want to say about you. You're the most observant guy around, more than most comedians. I mean, you could be a comedian if you want. You are a comedian. You just don't do the technical stuff. But you are a fucking crazy funny motherfucker.
Thank you.
Okay, whether you think that's a compliment for
it
me or
is.
not. But like, no, I could put you in the fucking green room with the biggest headliners at the store, and you're gonna come up with one-liners, and they're gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" You're just that guy.
I'll take it.
You're an animal.
Thank
okay?
you.
And You're a crazy rapper who not only has great flow, but you could spit off the dome. No, dude, I give people their flowers. Okay, would you rather me post it?
I don't need the rap flowers.
But
I'll take the comedy flowers.
But dude, I'm telling you, Ice-T said it. He goes, now his boy Stu has a little flow to him. You know, by the way, he's in the news because he got pulled over or something.
He what?
He got pulled over for one of his 7 cars or something.
Oh.
Ice? Yeah, the guy was harassing him. And
shout out to Coco.
Yeah, shout out Ice. I hope he's a great guy. But I'm saying is Ice, to me, is a pillar of rap.
Of course.
And he said, he loved me. He thinks I'm funny. But he gave you actual rap credit. He's like, he got a little flow to him. I'm going to play that.
He did say that.
And so... that's a big thing.
That actually is crazy.
No, it's fucking insane.
Yeah, it is.
And you're like a nebbishy kid who like they don't even know the cartoons you've done and how you have these legendary you were part of the Care Bears. So it's like you have Care Bear cartoon cred, which is insane. Then you have fucking rap cred from Ice-T is insane, which no one knows. And then you did movies with Elizabeth Perkins. I mean, you have a lot. Donnie Darko, you're in Donnie Darko. You like kind of helped Seth Rogen get that role. So you have a lot.
What?
You did.
How did I help him?
You're in Donnie Darko. No, but
Seth got himself that role.
Sure, but you paved the way. Like you and Devin ran Canada. Devin Sawa, shout out, and then you guys came here.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, you're such an observant guy, and you've been around. You had to tiptoe and avoid fucking. We've had great times together. Mm-hmm. We've seen insane shit. We've seen funny shit. We've laughed. I've been to Saudi Arabia with you, bro. Where you didn't want to walk down the street. And I put a fucking hijab on you. And I'm like, just go over here. He's my friend. He's a sheik. You were paranoid. But you have every right to be. But we had a sheik. And that sheik took care of us.
He did.
I slept in Saddam's palace with you, bro.
We did.
I slept in Saddam's palace with you, bro.
Yes.
I mean, that's a connection that, how many people can say that? We saw, I hate to say this, is fucking the elevator of death.
We did.
It's fucking, we have it on tape.
I know.
Like, it's fucking awful. But, like, we sat there with, like, R.L. Emery, like, the legendary guy who's like that, and he's like, I love you two fucking funny guys. You know what I mean? Here's what happened. He told us how they make these fish.
Oh, yeah.
Odie and
the
Udeti.
Saddam Bass.
Yeah, the Saddam Bass, and they're basically...
carnivorous.
Yeah, I want to say, but it's dark, but like these guys would fucking hook up with chicks and then throw them in the river and see if they get to that little island before the bass got them. And then how would they get off the fucking island? Sickos.
It is awful.
Sickos, but this guy's like, yeah, we took out those 2 pricks, you know? Like, we want to have some eggs and grits. Like, you know, this guy was like a fucking classic Vietnam.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Since 16 tours, would never die.
Yeah.
We've been that. We've been to fucking Saudi Arabia.
We were in the war room.
We were in fucking Baghdad together.
Yeah.
Bombs would go. True. There were bombs going off, and they would stop the show.
It's true.
So we've seen a lot.
Yep.
So as the stuff I've seen, as the stuff you've seen, as the stuff you told me the other night at Katsuya, I have the different things that you've done, and that was an amazing little run you had. For you to act like, oh, this exists is bullshit. You're a smart fucking guy. So when you think that I'm this conspiracy guy, you're just not wanting to look crazy.
No.
Bro, then, okay.
That was my response to after everything you said. I just said, no.
Bro.
I hear what you're trying to say.
Bro, I'm going to say one thing and to make me mad. We went to Baghdad together.
Yes.
Remember we got off the fucking plane?
Yeah.
Remember we were sitting there with the homies?
Uh-huh.
And he was like, yo, man, I don't even know what this fucking war is for, man.
He did say that.
I don't know what the fuck we fighting for,
Yeah,
man.
he did
And then
say
another
that.
guy from Mississippi go, I know what you're saying, Leon. This is fucking crazy.
He did say
and this
that.
is why the Army's amazing, or the military, because they had guys from the hood and guys from Mississippi get together and they're bonded over the confusion of fighting in a fucking war. And they're holding guns bigger than us.
Yeah.
And they told us shit that we cannot repeat.
True.
So you know what we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Now. But you're like, Big Pharma's your friend.
I didn't. You're like putting words in my mouth.
But what I'm saying is, when I look into things, I don't know what Jewish space lasers are.
I just try to think that.
But Jewish space lasers, forget about Jewish space lasers. You don't think that the weather could have some kind of fuckery to it?
I mean, I saw. First of all, I don't trust anything anymore.
Okay, good.
So yeah, because AI and all this, like, who the fuck knows?
Good.
Everything's possible now.
So wake up.
All bets are off.
So wake up.
But I did see, like in G.I. Joe cartoons as a kid, and I'm not trying to be funny.
It's programming.
They had Cobra Commander had the weather machine, and it was like there was a whole war, and
So do
G.I.
you know
Joe
what that
saved
is?
the day. That's foreshadowing.
It's called predictive programming.
Yeah. So G.I. Joe predicted that.
What I'm trying to tell you is this: if you believe that the world, so do you believe in Catholicism?
It's going to be very difficult to believe in anything
because of AI.
Yeah.
Let me get it really simple to you. Let's take this down. This is what I'm going to do called the belief matrix of something things of where we hit. Because you're much more red pilled than you were, but you're not red pilled. You just don't want to look.
What is the difference?
Because you just don't want to look dumb in front of your friends, but your friends they just tell them all wake up.
I'm the person that has like the theories on things
Even
for my
fucking
friends.
First of all, one of our homies is more like me than me.
You should bring him on your pod.
And one of his homies is jumping the ship.
Yep.
His little tap shoes are getting fucking a little bit more right-leaning every day.
You should have them on your show.
Okay, so, see, this is studio.
I like that.
So here's what I want to tell you. Do you believe that Catholicism is a religion?
Yes.
Okay. Judaism is religion.
Sure.
Islam is religion. Okay. Do you believe that Satanism is a religion?
I guess so. I mean, I don't know. Yes?
It is. You've met
Okay.
Satanists.
Have I?
Yeah, they're around.
That are like practicing?
Well, it's usually like hippie chicks sometimes. That are
Are
like
Satanists?
Yeah.
Hippie and Satan are the same?
Some of them. There's some that just like the freedom of
Isn't
it.
hippie peace and love?
Well, they can argue that that's what Satanism is. It's like no judgment.
Oh, like you can kill someone. No worries, man.
Kind of.
No judgment, man.
Kind of. It is kind of like that.
Is it?
Well,
I guess Charles Manson kind of hippie Satanism.
well, I don't know. Why you got to bring him into it?
Oh, really?
I'm not defending him. But
Sounds like you're defending Chuck.
I don't know. There's arguments that he was MK Ultra and all that stuff. You know what that is? It's a mind control. Dude, you know all this stuff. You're smart. Long story boring is Satanism.
Chuck's just misunderstood?
There's a whole book about him saying that he was a mind control.
He was under mind control?
Yeah.
From who?
Dude, don't get me started. I don't even know enough.
Okay, let's just move on.
But Chuck
Chuck.
didn't do it.
I was in a
He
movie.
convinced those girls to do it.
Yeah, he did. I was in a movie with a guy named Steven Railsback.
I know that
He's an actor
name.
who played Charles Manson in the Charles Manson movie that everybody remembers from the 80s.
And
And he was so great at playing Charles Manson that he couldn't get more work after that because everyone just thought he was Charles Manson.
really,
So he ends up doing these like movies in Canada. And I ended up in a movie with him, this horror movie called The Blue Monkey, which is just like a creature feature that probably no one's ever heard of. But I remember meeting him, and I was a little kid, and I remember that story, how he was telling my mom, and I just somehow remember it. But yeah, Charles Manson, he was so convincing as Charles Manson that people just he couldn't work because he would walk in the room and they'd be afraid of him because he was Charles Manson.
did he win awards?
I don't think so. It was like a TV movie, maybe. Steven Railsback.
I remember his name.
Yeah,
He was great.
yeah. I guess he was really good. Sorry to sidetrack you.
Well, the whole thing is there was part of Laurel Canyon, and that was a whole. You've heard of that CIA
Yeah.
op, right?
Are you talking about the one with the Wonderland murders?
That's a different one.
Okay.
Here's what I want to say. If you believe that Satanism is real, if it's just a normal religion like other religions, and if you believe their method is like the rosaries for Catholicism, they have something called revelation of the method, which means you have to explain what you're going to do. So if you believe that Satanists have a powerful hand in this world, by making the G.I. Joe cartoon, putting those messages out there is revealing the destruction they're going to do throughout.
So Satanists were making the G.I. Joe cartoon?
I'm not saying that it's like horns and all this stuff. What I'm saying is a Catholic could have been involved, a Jewish person, and a person that believes in Satanism, 100%. It just think of it as another religion. So take all the
They just
weirdness
have
out.
they're just represented.
Bro, I know it all sounds crazy.
No, it's. I mean,
but there's a lot of weird shit.
No, you're 100%.
Is the world weirder than it's ever been?
Yes. Yes. First thing I've said yes to the entire time.
Do you think? I mean, you saw what came out yesterday.
What?
The fucking the Cybertruck that blew up.
Yep.
You saw the story.
What was the story?
Is that the guy? It was all connected to the drones.
Huh?
Are you familiar with the drones?
Yes, the ones that you've been chasing in your van for the last couple weeks.
You and I saw one.
We did.
And you believe? Come on, don't make me out to be a fucking loon. I'm not out there in the fucking 405. Yeah, you drowned.
You're not doing that.
I did it twice.
Okay, well, that's
twice.
2 more times than that guy did it.
I did it fucking twice.
Okay, well, still, you're doing it.
All right, well, there's drones and there's orbs.
Okay.
The argument is the guy blew up the fucking Cybertruck.
Mm-hmm. From the drone?
Because he wanted to bring attention. He was a very credible person. He's to possibly be alive, and that caused a stink. He sent a manifesto to a guy explaining why he did that, and he's basically to bring attention to the drones, saying that the drones are our government and Chinese government.
But that's why he blew up the Tesla?
Yes.
I don't understand how that would get his message across.
Because it made it stink, and now he did it to cause a stink. So all this attention's on the Tesla, and with that, a manifesto was sent. And now it's to bring attention to this, and basically China and America.
So what's the answer?
The answer is, bro, they want a one world government.
And what does that got to do with the drones?
Because the drones are the tester to see.
To see what?
Well, they're everywhere right now, and you're still sitting here having a fucking vitamin water. You're not like out hunting them. You're like getting used to them. Just like you just saw a Waymo, a driverless car. You're getting used to them. Just like you saw the delivery robot 6 months ago. You're like, that's fucking crazy.
I still think it's crazy.
But you're not out there freaking out.
No.
You're getting what we call slowly fucking
market integration.
Exactly.
Okay.
So eventually.
Now my friend Nick, who I brought up twice now.
Whose father is Neil Armstrong.
No.
Who's his father?
Scott Carpenter, one of the Mercury astronauts.
One of the four.
One of Neil's boys.
Yes.
But anyway, he told me the same thing. Not to put him on blast, but he.
You want to say his name?
Doesn't matter. He said though he thinks that it's like the government just testing and kind of seeing how people are going to react.
If anyone's going to know.
But what has that got to? But he's saying it's to do with aliens. That's his belief, and I know you have an alien thing too, right? You're a big aliens guy. He's saying that the drones are connected to aliens. Now, this is not me saying that. This is him saying that.
Yeah, God forbid you'd have a thought that's outside of the box.
He's saying that it's like the government just wants to like put these drones out there just so that people can just to see how people react in like the War of the Worlds kind of theory. Like
it's called it's called staggered disclosure.
And it's like, oh, okay, now people are used to these drones. Yeah. Now when the aliens show up, people aren't going to get scared.
It's like boopy boop, boopy boop. It's like a girl holding on your cheeks, and then a little bit of the digit.
Did somebody go through this whole thing and do a transcript?
No.
So how do you decide what you're going to use and what you're not going to use?
And then a little bit, like this much goes in your little booty hole.
Huh?
And you're like, ah. And then the next time she does it, a little bit more.
Oh,
and
she's just introducing the finger?
3 times in, she's at knuckle.
She's very determined to make this happen.
Yeah, and you're like, and she's like, and you're like, oh, okay, all right. You might be in, and the next thing you know, she's at double knuck.
Is this based on a true story?
No, I'm just telling you.
Double knuckle is a very specific reference.
Double knuck, we go trip knuck. So what I'm trying to tell you is
exam.
Exactly. Next thing you know, you're in her office at fucking Cedars.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, it's a getting used to it.
Sure.
He could be correct. I also think it could be that. It could be just drones that they're fucking psyching us out, or Project Bluebeam, which I think the big one is, which is a fake alien invasion.
What?
Project Bluebeam is based. I'll tell you this because I thought you knew this. Here's what it is.
You got to assume I know none of this.
What do you do all day?
I want you to tell me what's Project Bluebeam.
Project Bluebeam is Elizabeth.
I've been shooting really great looks to this camera, by the way.
Touch yourself to Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah, she's dead, too.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How?
You have to watch the episode.
Don't tell me. I'm going to watch this show. It's amazing. Bluebeam is basically if you believe the world is run by 150 people where Putin and Trump all get along and Jeff Bezos and fucking Saddam's not dead and Xi Jinping, and they're all in like one big room. They're like, ha!
Like the Legion of Doom.
Yeah, exactly. Legion of Doom type shit. And they may even have an alien friend or not. Basically,
do you believe that up to this part? Do you believe that?
I believe that Legion of Doom is 100% true, whether it's Super Friends or Legion of Doom. Let's just go Legion of Doom.
Okay,
I'll go with that.
Sure.
100% Legion of Doom is real.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, this is what I was told by 2 very high ups. I'm not going to say who, but you would respect them. One very famous and one very D.C. and that Trump was at that table. Something happened why he ran. I have no idea. They say because Obama's speech, they pissed him off, whatever. And he's like, fuck you, I'm going to run. He won. You even told me that theory that he didn't think he was going to win and he won. And the next thing he's like, I got to fucking do this shit.
Yeah.
That was your theory. It's not a terrible theory. And so he gets in. They're mad at him because it's a controlled both sides op, right? The donkey and the elephant really are in cohesion, okay? Because John Kerry and Bush both are skull and bones. They both.
He's a disruptor.
Yes, but he was part of it. Got thrown out, and
why did he get thrown out?
Because he didn't go with their plan, and he got fucking mad, and then he felt cheated in 2020. Stop to steal all this shit, and so he's like, "Fuck it," and he literally went on a wrestling roadshow, and he came up, say what you want, but he's fucking big fans with him and Vince, and the WWE dude. I mean, he is a man of the people, so he won, and now everyone's like, this guy's disrupting again. He's fucking disrupting. So,
but I do think that it's this time around.
But let me finish. Okay. It's a Legion of Doom, and now he's completely on the outs. So the argument is, Kennedy's on the outs. Elon's on the outs from the billionaires. Wait, Tucker's Kennedy on the outs. No, RFK. RF. All of those guys are all kicked out of the club.
Yeah.
And that's why I love them, because I'm like, oh, good. These are all insiders that are shunned by the community. And like they're going to give us all the secrets, all the codes. We're going to know all the things to buy, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to give us the best picks. Think of them, all the best sports pickers.
The Gray Sports Almanac.
Or it's a super work. It's a super work.
Oh, like they're everybody's in on together.
Now, as a wrestling guy,
like heels and there's baby faces.
And like these guys are, and the deep state is the heels.
If you really want to,
and they're the now good guys.
Yeah. So if you want to talk wrestling,
give me the wrestling.
I'll give you the wrestling recipe.
And that they're keeping to do that because we all fucking hate each other now, and we're gonna have a civil war.
In wrestling terms,
because it's an amazing work if it is. They got me.
Donald Trump was the biggest heel, and he was so popular, or so hated as a heel. The number one heel in the business was him, and we're just going with the wrestling.
But he was loved. Rappers rapped about him.
Hold on a minute. Who was the biggest heel wrestler in WrestleMania, the first WrestleMania? Like, who was Hulk Hogan's enemy in the first WrestleMania? You brought his name up already
King
on
Kong.
This podcast. No.
It wasn't Bundy. It wasn't Andre.
Yeah, it was Roddy.
He was.
It was Roddy.
He was always a lovable heel to me.
Okay.
The greatest heel.
So
he wasn't a heel. He was a sweet guy.
Piper was the biggest bad guy, and then eventually he became a good guy. Trump is somehow managed to, he is a disruptor still, but like he's got more support this time than he did the last time.
But he flipped. He's not a heel anymore.
I feel like he's
Hogan now.
Yeah, he's being booked as a babyface now.
What's a babyface?
Like a good guy. Like he's like all of a sudden the characters, it's like a double turn. All of a sudden the good guys are bad guys and the bad guys are good guys in the story. It's just
the audience feels that he's a babyface.
More of the audience does.
Most of the audience.
Yeah. I would say more of the audience.
Dude, it's an 80-20.
It could be at this point. It really
LA,
could be.
It's not even all of LA. It's just pockets. In New York, it's pockets. The rest of us, in Chicago.
I will tell you that the
rest
guy,
of us are
what you can say about, what you have to say about
85-15.
What you have to say about Donald Trump
DJT.
is that he is remarkable.
Incredible.
In the sense that
a top five all-time name going down.
It's just unbelievable.
You could put Trump up there with any of the top 5 names.
It's unbelievable what he's been able to overcome, and then he won again. It's just like, if you would think the pariah that this guy was, and how much people hated this guy. Look at Michael Rappaport, my boy. He was the biggest anti-Trump guy there is. And
where's Rapp on that now?
He probably voted for Trump at the last election. That's how crazy the world is. That's how much this thing flipped. Because I guess it just, people, Trump was a disruptor and it worked. He shook things up in a way where he shook the tree and enough fucking apples fell out. And now people are starting to sort of, people like you are starting to grab the apples off the ground. And take
I never cared about this shit.
Yeah, and now you do.
They
Either
made
that, or we're just older And now we're just like in the demographic where we're paying attention to this stuff, because when we were younger, we used to watch Saturday Night Live and not get any of the political references and know what the fuck they were talking about. And maybe we're just older now.
But Trump made politics wrestling.
He did.
He made it wrestling.
He brought showbiz and wrestling 100%. And carny work into and it worked. And Jesse Ventura did it before him.
Yeah, Jesse's
that's
incredible.
Scalable. They saw what Jesse did. There's actually a documentary on this.
I gotta watch that. Yeah, what's it called? Jesse's amazing.
It's like Trump. It's a Trump documentary that's on Netflix. You should watch it. Basically, the same campaign manager that ran Jesse Ventura's campaign, ran Trump's first campaign, and it's like the same.
What is Trump now to you? Is he what wrestler?
I mean, he's Roddy Piper. Like he's the guy that was like the biggest bad guy, and now he's kind of like beloved by a lot of the audience. And we'll see what happens with him now. But like now he won. So what's gonna happen? You know, he made a lot of promises. He said a lot of things.
Who was a good guy in wrestling that's bad?
Like Hulk Hogan turned bad.
No, but he was always still good. Give me someone that was actually bad.
Like a good guy that turned really bad? Like from your era? Well, first of all, look at guys like Jimmy Snuka. You love Superfly. Yeah. He was the biggest bad guy, and then he became a good guy. Like in order to become a really good guy, the best ones were a really good bad guy first. Because in order to, you know what I mean?
But yes, dude, this is such a good analogy. And I just think all these guys are considered, they were all pushed out, and now they've all become baby faces.
Yeah, it's like
Megyn Kelly.
It's like somebody who is so far removed from being a man of the people in, Donald Trump has literally become a guy that is now actually relatable to people because he is an outsider and he was kicked out of the club, as you said. But he's also been like indicted, and he's also been convicted. He's also been treated like he's gotten everything thrown at him.
Shot at it, bro. Twice.
He's got everything
shot at.
He's been shot at. Everything has happened to this guy.
A bullet connected.
And somehow he managed to he's Teflon. He truly is. It's the most remarkable human story of our lifetime. It's got to be Donald Trump.
And you turned.
Well, I'm not saying...
You're so right.
I'm not saying that First of all, he's definitely an entertaining guy, and as a celebrity and as an entertainer, I think he's great. I'm not here to say that I think he should be the president or not be the president. The bottom line is 80 million killion people or whoever voted... They think he should be.
He's your friend. He's your friend.
He is. He voted. He was voted as the president, and now we've got 4 years to see what's going to happen. He said he was going to end this war and that war on the first day. Like, obviously, I don't know if that's going to really happen.
Let's see.
He said he's going to. He says a lot of scary things that scare people who are used to the way things are.
Like what? Like keep the borders
he's going to change this. He's going to change that. Let's see what actually happens. 4 years goes by very fast. I read this thing the other day. It was like the 4 years between 9th grade and 12th grade take forever. And the 10 years between, or the 20 years between, 30 and 50 go by like that.
That's so true.
So it's like this 4 years that he has, like, 4 years. What can anybody do in 4 years? It's like, let's see. Is it going to go by really fast? It's hard to believe that COVID was already 5 years ago. That's half a decade.
It's insane.
Yeah. There's a whole generation that was born after COVID now. Like, it's like they were 5 years, like.
And I had terrible belly aches last night.
Did you?
On the bathroom.
Because the vaccine. Did you get vaxxed?
No.
Remember you couldn't come to Canada to be in my movie?
Yeah.
Can I do a quick plug before you fall asleep? Don't Fuck with Ghosts, my new movie.
Yeah.
Me and Adam, we have a new movie.
Yeah.
It's really...
when is it coming out?
It's coming out. It's available now on Amazon in the United States and Apple TV in Canada and Hollywood Suite in Canada.
Okay.
Soon to be on other platforms once, I get this plug in.
And go watch Faking Murder. Yeah. But also, if you want to get deep, because Faking Murder is great, but go watch... what's the card movie?
Jack of All Trades.
Jack of All Trades is an amazing movie.
Thank you.
It's a heartfelt movie, and it's about your life and your father.
But you were somebody that was on The Ghost Whisperer.
Yeah. Don't fuck with ghosts.
You were somebody that was on a show where you actively were involved in that paranormal universe?
Yeah, I whispered to ghosts.
Did you ever go on actual ghost hunts?
Yeah, with Jack Osborne. And
You
Jim
actually
Hughes.
did?
Yeah. with
Yeah,
the
that's
Fralins.
right.
Yeah.
So me and Adam did that.
Different ghost I whispered to in the Ghost Whisperer.
Different ghosts.
Yeah. I whispered to a couple ghosts every night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Actual ones. Because I do remember, we've talked about this before, I believe, on this show.
Right over the head.
Yeah, no, I got what you're saying. Clown juice. I was at your house once.
Yeah.
Sleeping at your house. We've talked about this before.
Oh,
on
yeah.
this
Oh, yeah.
show.
Tell the story, then we got to end it.
But your house was potentially haunted
I think one of the reasons I sold it.
because there was like a ghost at 3 a.m. that would just like
You
wake up.
You at 3:15 every morning.
Yeah.
You called him the tuba player,
It would really sounded like someone was playing the tuba on your roof at 3 o'clock in the morning.
and you stayed there for a week.
And I left after 2 days.
I gave you my house for 3 weeks, and
Yeah.
you stayed for
for a week. I was gone. I didn't want to stay there anymore. It was too much. But so
every night. What happened?
there was a tuba player. Like I thought I was being pranked
In my walls.
in the ceiling. I think it was.
And where was I at? I was shooting a movie or something.
I don't remember. You were shooting Roe versus Wade. I don't know. You were shooting.
I think I was in Armenia.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. What was that movie called? I forgot about that one.
Lost and found in Armenia.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And you called me or left me a message. You're like, hey, man, your house is making some weird noises. I'm out of
Yeah.
here.
So this movie's called Don't Fuck with Ghosts. And we went for real, and we went on paranormal expeditions in Winnipeg, which is the murder capital of Canada. So there's a lot of ghost activity reported there, a lot of haunted locations. And we went with real paranormal people with equipment and all that shit. And
I gotta see it.
Yeah, I think you'll really like it.
Okay.
It's like very Jamie Kennedy type of.
It's a good plug.
Yes.
Don't go crazy with it. Here's what I want to say. Watch Don't Fuck with Ghosts.
Mhm.
Jack of All Trades still on Netflix.
No.
All right. Jack of All Trades you can get on Amazon Prime. Don't
Probably.
Fuck with Ghosts is on Prime now. And
Dark Side of the Ring is coming out
yeah, new season when?
March. And then, of
But
course,
get caught up now on Hulu.
yes. Definitely do that.
And
keep watching. Hate to break it to you.
Yeah, keep watching it. This is
What a
the,
great set you've got
you
here.
like it?
Yeah, I really feel at home
I
here.
can't take credit for it. Man built it himself.
You did?
I know another man did, and he did a great job.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just even well lit. Like all your
It's
little
important.
like your little trinkets.
It's
here.
gonna get better.
Yeah.
Listen, I love you,
There's a
buddy.
little lack of representation back here, that by the way. Just, there's a whole section of your
Blowing
career.
up?
Yeah.
Well, I got to take time. He doesn't want to clutter it up. I love you, buddy. Look at
I
the
love you
camera.
too.
I love you, buddy.